Let's get nasty on a Monday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We're all back, baby. Jamie Rivers back from the road. Our guy Andrew Marsh back from a fun wedding that he attended in Minnesota. Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. Appreciate you tuned in today. 2:02, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. So, Jamie, back from the grind, back from the road.
Yep.
Seattle, San Jose,
yep.
Vegas. Blues take 2 of 3 on this road trip, so hard to complain about the results. How would you assess the first 3 games for the Blues?
Well, a couple things. One, I really like their team speed. You can see a big difference, and I don't know if it comes across that way on television, but when you're in person, you're live, you can see it. It's dramatically different than what it was last year. So that certainly is a huge help for the Blues as they try to win games. But Seattle, good first 4 or 5 minutes. Then it kind of got clunky there until halfway through the second. Then a big power play goal gets them going in the right direction. Comeback victory. On to San Jose. You have a first period of unbelievable dominance. I honestly haven't seen a period of hockey where one team in the NHL dominated another team so much. And we're behind on the scoreboard. Then you got down a 4-1 going into the third period. At that point, I'm sitting there going, oh, Anthony's friggin' Sharks. They just won't go away. But then Blues get back to their game. A lot of what they were doing in the first period, they started doing again in the third period, and the puck was going in. I like the way the Blues have activated their defensemen more. Like last year, it wasn't as noticeable early on. This year, you're getting Falk up there, you're getting Suter up there, Parayko up there, Broberg. Like these guys are jumping into the play. And good thing they did, because Suter gets the third goal of the game for the Blues, and then Justin Falk scores the game-tying goal with the goalie pulled. Mm-hmm. So that's a huge victory right there. Braden Shen goes down. Colton Parayko, credit to him on that goal. If people go back and watch, he's way behind everybody. He jumps on his horse and pulls ahead of the San Jose defender, and he is yelling. I told you guys this on Friday, I think. Yeah. So he was screaming. And it's like the goalie was probably like, oh, my God, the puck's going over there for sure. And Shenner just snipes it, just above the pad glove side. So it's a huge victory. And then Vegas, man, that was a good game. It really was. Where it went a little sideways for the Blues was they were having trouble getting to the middle ice. And the Vegas Golden Knights, that's what they're known for. It's their big bodies. They clog up the middle of the ice. They dare you to come in. So halfway through the game, they just got back to that dare you to come in. And the Blues kept going around the outside looking for another way in. There isn't. You're going to have to man up and get in there. Going to get the puck in there, get bodies in there. You're going to have to battle. Once they started doing that, it was almost cue the comeback again because they got so close. However, Vegas got a real good team. Yep. You get down by 2 goals to the Vegas Golden Knights, odds are you're not going to come back and win that game. But the effort was there. That's one thing about the team so far this year. The effort is there for the full 60 minutes. Now, the consistency might not be 60 minutes, but the effort is there for 60 minutes. Whereas last year, I think sometimes, and the year before, I think some Blues fans were like, they show up or they don't show up. This team is not consistent with their effort, with their compete. So far this year, I haven't seen that. So that's a good sign.
Anthony likes for them to get down. He proposed that they get down by 4 goals this next game so that they can come back. That was his mindset. 2, 3, they've shown an ability.
It's going to formula.
It's worked well. And I was telling him, no, that's probably not the best solution for winning games. He wanted to. He looked at me with that look. We get in the office sometimes and I just stop talking. But I don't know, Jamie. I think playing ahead usually helps you win games. But what I am happy about, and you talked about it, the speed. It feels like this team is a little bit tougher, and they're playing well. Going 2-1 on their road trip, it's not a bad road trip so far. So you got 2 wins that you had to come back, and so you've shown an ability to fight back, fight through adversity. You play a Vegas team that is a better team than probably those teams you beat, but you're still able to compete and fight well. And I want to get your thoughts on Buchnevich. We talked about him often. He had 2 goals against the Golden Knights, correct? And so what did you see from him? What have you seen from him playing this center position, and does he look comfortable, or are we going to kind of see some mismatch and mixing up and allowing him to get on the wing a little bit more?
I mean, he looks fine, but he's also getting a few shifts a game at the wing as Drew Bannister continues to go back to the well from time to time with Thomas, Carey, and Buchnevich. And I like that he does that. Keeps the other team on their toes, and it's going to be really handy here for this next home stretch of games because you've got last change.
Yeah.
So if you see something that's an advantage for you, where maybe the other team puts their fourth line on the ice, you can go, hey, let's go. Booch, Thomas, Carey, get over there.
Get to it.
Because you don't have to worry about the other lines. They're all pretty solid defensively. But I like what Booch is doing. He's playing hard. He's such a smart player that the transition to center is not difficult for him. I just think for me, this is just my opinion, and I'm not on the coaching staff, and they're certainly not going to listen to what I have to say.
Yeah, listen.
But I'll say this. I feel like there's more to give on the wing for Pavel Buchnevich. Like, I feel like he's more of a difference maker while playing on the wing. And the reason that is because the center position, like, you really have to be on top of your game defensively. Like, it's a full, I've told you before, it's a full 200-foot game for a center iceman. He's the only guy on the ice that it's a true 200-foot game. I feel like sometimes that tires out Pavel Buchnevich, which obviously it does. It's tough to play defense in the NHL. Whereas on the wing, it's a little less responsibility. And I was actually talking with Ray Ferraro for the ESPN crew when we were in, I forget where, at Seattle at this point. And he was talking about Pavel Buchnevich and center versus wing. And Ray Ferraro started out as a center, and then they moved him to wing, 4 or 5 years into his career. And he's like, man, I was like, I only need to use half my brain to play wing. So it's acceptable to say that because he played those positions, and he's obviously not a Hall of Famer, but pretty damn good career for Ray Ferraro. But it's true, as a centerman, you're on high alert all the time, defensively and then offensively. What can you create? Whereas a winger, you've got your job and that, but you can the hamster can kind of sit in the wheel for a little bit sometimes when things are getting a little scrambly defensively. You just got to make sure that I got my guy.
Yeah.
You stay here. And then when you get the puck, just like go straight ahead fast.
So you're thinking you can maximize Pavel Buchnevich to move him back out to the wing. Who would you play center then?
Well,
maybe not on that line. You have to reshuffle some things, but
you might. I don't see why Shannon can't play second line center. If everybody's trying to use last year as like the measuring stick, he still had 20 goals. Like, and he was playing center for most of the season. I'd like to see him there. Holloway plays a pretty good center ice position. He played pretty well on this road trip when Bannister moved him back to center ice. It's going to be crowded in the center ice position too soon because Oscar Sundqvist is cleared for contact now. So he's probably a week to 10 days away from joining this team again. Where do you play him?
Yeah.
Because what, do you just take Radek Fox out of the lineup? Probably not.
No.
That line has been really good.
Yeah.
So then where does Oscar Sundqvist go? Does he come back? Does he play a wing? Because of the knee injuries that he's had, center ice position might be a little laborious for him, whereas maybe stick him on a wing.
That's a nice word, Jamie.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Nice job,
You
Jamie.
did some reading over the weekend?
Oh yeah, there's nothing but reading on this road trip.
Do you guys think it's important that they've
Reading the room.
Do you think it's important that they have had like these tight-knit games early and they've shown that ability to come back? Because I feel like last year, from an entertainment standpoint as a fan, if they go down 4-1 to the Sharks, you're like, I'm turning this game off. Like, this game's over. Like, I think it is important early on in this season to show that they can come back. Now, I don't like seeing them down 4-1, 2-0, whatever. But, like, to me, like, that's important, especially for a group that they all haven't played together for a long time. So you're starting to build that confidence there.
I think it's important.
Oh, it's absolutely important.
You have the ability to say, all right, we've been here before. We know we've been down. You don't want to be there. You don't.
For sure.
Carey didn't like my idea of falling behind and then coming back.
At all.
Although I think the only game they've taken a 1-0 lead on was the Vegas game. And
look what happened.
And they lost.
The text line said you wanted to pull the goalie the first 5 minutes of the game. Is that true?
Yeah. I really want to put the opponent on its heels, but also give up a goal, so then we can start playing. That's kind of the thought.
Yeah.
Again, 2-0 in those situations.
Like, hey, we're giving you strokes here.
Exactly. Yeah. But I do think it's important to show that you can come back and win. Despite falling behind.
We missed you. It's not the same on the computer, man.
I know.
We get muted, Jamie.
Very buttoned up, very
buttoned up,
business-like.
yeah.
Yeah.
We get road Jamie.
Yeah, we get home, Jamie.
Yep.
Get back to the real Jamie.
This guy couldn't wait to get back.
No, he couldn't. Look at him. So happy.
Sometimes you just got to get home.
Yeah.
It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marshy, and Anthony Stalter. NFL Week 6 instant reactions. Another wild week in the NFL. What did we learn, if anything? That's next. I love going to the Missouri Athletic Club on my own. I also love bringing the family. There's always stuff going on there. If you're a club member of the Missouri Athletic Club, you're talking about trunk or treat. Families can get together at the West Clubhouse for some fun trunk or treating. You can, take part in some of the other events that they have going on. This month, again, it's trunk or treat. In 2 months, it'll be breakfast with Santa. But they always have something going on for the family. And then for me, I just enjoy going down, seeing friends that I've made along the way, working out, using the business center, maybe grabbing lunch or a late breakfast at one of their spots that they're always fantastic. It's my MAC, the Missouri Athletic Club. Classic Sunday kicked off early in London, and the Bears absolutely took it to the Jaguars. 35-16. Caleb Williams, 5 touchdowns. Kid looked good. I don't know if he looked that good or Jacksonville looked that bad. Maybe a combination of the two. But that Jacksonville team, I'm shocked we haven't heard that Doug Peterson lost his job yet. That's a long flight back home. Actually, no, they're staying.
There you go.
Ah, that's right.
Don't they have another game next week?
They have
They got
another game on
there.
Sunday. That's right.
And he'll be fired.
Yeah.
Can't fire him while you're still
They
there.
might bring in Ted Lasso while they're over there.
Jamie, he's won before. We know that.
Yes.
But that Jaguars team, holy smokes.
So what's going on with that? Because
They're so
last week,
flat.
was it last week? Yeah, I think it was before I left last week or the week before. Anyways, just I mentioned that Shad Khan with his preseason speech to the team, just talking about how this is the most talented team that has been together under his ownership, and expecting big things. And here they are at 1-5, and they look awful. Awful. Can barely tackle. Awful. How the hell does that happen, Carey?
I don't know what's going on. They got a lot of things happening. Like Travis Etienne got hurt. He's injured. You were expecting Tank Bigsby to kind of be the next guy to step up. He had 7 carries for 24 yards. They're not able to run the ball effectively. They're not able to pass the ball effectively. Evan Ingram, first game back in I think 4 or 5 weeks, had a really good game, fumbled the ball, but had 10 catches. They are not able to figure out offensively. This, in my opinion, is a good group of receivers. You got Evan Ingram at the tight end spot where we know he's really a receiver. You got Gabe Davis, who did really well in Buffalo. You got Christian
2
Kirk.
touchdowns, yes.
Yep, you got Christian Kirk, and you got the rookie Brian Thomas. Offensively, you would think that they have enough to go and be effective. But it goes back to what position, Anthony?
Quarterback.
And we've talked about the quarterback. If he's not able to lead you and do the things that you need and get the ball, and I think they did a fairly good job. But if you're not able to stop people, if you're not able to score, if your defense is not stopping people, you are not going to win games. I don't know what has happened with Doug Peterson in terms of his ability or inability to get guys to play well at a high level, at an elite level, but this is bad.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are bad, and they are in position. They are working their way to a number 1 overall pick.
Yep.
What do you go get? Because you
already paid Lawrence, so it's not going to be. It's not going to be the QB.
a quarterback.
Right.
So what do you? If you got the quarterback that's paid, what's missing?
Right. And that's the big question with the Jaguars, isn't it? What's missing?
What's missing?
Because you watch him yesterday, and he's making the layups. He's distributing the ball, but it's that big play.
Yeah.
He misses on most of his big shots. He misses mostly on you get paid as a quarterback to win on third downs and in the red zone. And Trevor Lawrence is often to bad in those situations. And then I feel like the Jaguars are the latest version, guys, of that team defensively that gives up at some point during the game.
Oh yeah.
They're going to give up at some point because they're hands up. We can't do anything more, and they lay down.
That's because if your offense isn't, I've talked about this before, if your offense is not scoring enough touchdowns, not sustaining drives, that means the defense is playing a lot of snaps. And then it gets to a point where they're like, come on, man. Help me help you. If you're not able to score offensively, that gives that opposing offense just more motivation. Go score again. We're going to kick them down. We're going to kick them out. They'll be out. They'll be down and out here shortly. And that's what you saw Caleb Williams do. Just drive the ball down the field. DeAndre Swift has had a reemergence of what he was, I thought, a few years ago. He's been playing extremely well, both in the running game and the passing game. And Caleb Williams has figured some things out offensively. Jacksonville is the get-right team at this point.
Yeah.
You feeling bad? You got Jacksonville coming up. You'll be okay. You'll get right. You'll get right.
Yep. Caleb Williams, outstanding. Cole Kmet, a couple of those throws, the scheme worked, and Cole Kmet was wide open, but there was a couple of throws, especially to Keenan Allen, that Caleb Williams dotted.
Yep.
So they look good. The Bears' defense looks good, and that division is the best in football with the Vikings, the Packers, the Bears, and the Lions. I mean,
Who would have ever thought that?
Let's
go back 2 years
division.
ago.
Yep, that is though. The other head coach that you wonder, even though their team is 3-2, you wonder if he's going to get fired too, is Nick Sirianni. What the hell is this guy doing?
That was weird, man.
He's yelling at the fans.
That was weird.
He tried to play it off after he was having fun with the fans. He was not having fun.
No, he was barking at him.
He purposely turned around, walked back there.
He's got the hands out.
Yeah, almost what do you think now?
Right.
Yeah, we're awesome. Yeah, you barely beat
the Browns.
You barely beat the Browns.
20-16. Go home.
That's what I was
Go sit down.
Is this not why you're here? No,
it's not actually. It's not here. It's not why we're here.
As the kids say, that was very cringy to watch him do that.
That was real bad. I don't know what's wrong with the Eagles' offense.
They haven't been right since the Super Bowl season.
They haven't been right since they lost. They lost Shane Steichen.
Yeah, they haven't.
They just haven't.
It's not been. It hasn't been good offensively for them. Whatever. And they have too many weapons now. They got too many guys that can get the ball. Not too many weapons in a bad way, but just too many weapons to not be more explosive offensively. You got A.J. Brown, who has missed 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. He hadn't played since week 1. You got Devontae Smith back. He had a big touchdown. You got Saquon Barkley, who was one of the elite running backs in the league. You should be a well-balanced offense. And I don't know. People will say, well, Jason Kelsey is gone. Well, he was there last year, and this is how the offense looked.
Yeah.
They have not looked good since the Super Bowl season, and I don't know what has taken place for them that they just look unorganized offensively, don't look explosive, don't look like they have a rhythm in their play calling. I told you, play calling requires a rhythm. You have to be able to, it's like chess, you got to be a couple of steps ahead, knowing this is what I'm going to do when we get to the 3rd and 1, or this is what you have to understand what you're doing, and offensively, they just look uncomfortable at times.
Yeah, it looks choppy. And
very.
None of the, A.J. Brown made a couple of great catches yesterday, and they were basically jump throws.
Yeah.
The one Devontae Smith touchdown, he was wide open, so that the scheme worked there. Yep. But otherwise, this is two straight games now where Saquon Barkley has gotten bottled up. And it kind of leads me to Washington's going to hang around. They lost yesterday in Baltimore, but Jaden Daniels, I thought, looked pretty good. That's a defense that we knew was going to take away the run. They did. Jaden Daniels had to win in a drop back passing game, and he didn't. But it wasn't all him. I thought Jaden Daniels looked good. That offense for Washington is going to keep them around, because Dallas was terrible yesterday.
Oh, gosh.
We saw Philly look nah. The Giants are
better than we thought.
Better than we thought, but they're still the 4th best team in that division. Washington's going to hang around.
Dallas might have something to say about that.
No, they got nothing.
No, about being the 4th best team.
The 4th best team.
So I'm watching that Commanders game yesterday, and halfway through, I was like, this Commanders team's legit.
Yeah.
They're legit.
The defense isn't good. That's the problem.
Defense isn't good, but if they can build off of that for next season, that team is good. Like they said, the Ravens had to give it everything they had just to beat them by a touchdown.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable, because the Ravens are a team that, us and other people are expecting to be a possible Super Bowl contender this year. Yeah. Certainly in the AFC. So when I'm watching the Reds, I almost call them the Redskins again.
Well,
the Commanders. Yeah. When I'm watching the Commanders,
used to be.
For
a very long time.
A long time. Apparently, they're trying a big petition right now to get it back. Yeah, the Native American people who are from that actual tribe want that name back, because apparently that guy that was on the helmet was a real person. And it was an honor to them to have him on there.
Oh, jeez.
So apparently nobody checked with them before they changed the name of that.
That sounds about right.
They just succumbed to peer pressure. Anyways, the Commanders, for me, they're legit. I think Jaden Daniels is a real deal. I see them as a playoff team this year. I mean, looking at their schedule, they've got the Panthers next week, the Bears, the Giants. Those are 3 very winnable games. The Steelers, that's a winnable game. Sorry, Carey.
Cowboys
Eagles,
beat the Steelers.
Cowboys, then Titans and Saints. They got a good run of
yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're gonna hang around. That offense is legit. I love some of the play designs that Cliff Kingsbury had. The deception. They threw a flea flicker and then turned it back into a screen. Austin Eckler tossed it back to Jaden Daniels, and as soon as they had a guy in the face, he dumped it back to Austin Eckler, who ran 15, 16 yards. Some of the play designs are creative with Cliff Kingsbury, and that's his thing.
Yeah.
He apparently loves coming up with new plays. He used to do that with Kyler Murray in Arizona, where you'd get other guys' input.
He wasn't good.
Correct. Found that out again yesterday.
Finally has a quarterback.
Yeah. It was Arizona's defense. Let's just clarify. Arizona's defense stunk yesterday.
No, Kyler Murray did too.
Kyler wasn't great.
He was not
did too.
good.
It was bad.
Trust me, every time they play, I am on Kyler Murray watch.
Yeah, not great.
Because of Carey.
Jordan Love looked great.
Oh, did he ever?
Man,
He's really good.
he's really good.
He is.
He throws a very catchable ball.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because that's the mission.
The idea.
Yeah.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Jamie, dynamite dropping. What's trending is next. They got some great deals out in Herculaneum at Auto Centers Nissan. So if you're looking for a vehicle, they've got Pathfinders, Rogues, and Altimas, all for 0% APR plus 0.9% APR for 60 months on Frontier. They also have low lease payment options like $329 per month on 2024 Rogues, too. With over 700 vehicles all in one location, you're bound to find the perfect vehicle that matches your style and your budget. And they've got new Nissans and select used vehicles that come with their complimentary lifetime warranty. New Nissans come with their 30-day return promise. That is, within 30 days, if you're not completely satisfied with the vehicle for any reason, you can bring it back and they'll refund your money. They also have the complimentary Nissan maintenance plan as well. So when you're looking at vehicles, you can start online at autocentersnissan.com. That's what my wife Chris and I did. We looked through the vehicles, found a 4 or 5 that we wanted to test drive, and then we fell in love with the Pathfinder. Wound up going with a used Pathfinder. But check them all out. Used, they got new Nissans, great deals going on. Fall into Savings event that was running throughout September, was extended through October. So head out there, tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues took 2 of 3 on their road trip to start off the year. After a few off days, they'll be back in action tomorrow, taking on the Minnesota Wild, the home opener. And we'll have all the coverage for you right here on 101 ESPN with the pregame starting at 5:30. Puck drop is at 6:30. Also, tonight we have Monday Night Football for you as the Jets will take on the Bills. Pregame for that one starts at 6:30. If you've missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free 101 mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our full shows there. And it's all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. We have What's Trending coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's time to find out what's going on in the sports world with What's Trending Now. Brought to you by Goodwill. Donate a car and get tickets to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, I want to talk about talent evaluation today.
Oh, boy.
And I have
Italians?
Not Italians, Anthony. Not Italians, no. Talent evaluation, and I want to bring up 2 players in particular. And let's start off with former Blues goaltender Ville Husso. He cleared waivers today and has been assigned to Grand Rapids. Ville Husso, at one point, we were having the conversation, or some people were, about whether or not the Blues should keep him or Jordan Bennington. And from how things have played out, it looks like the Blues made the right move. What have you, Jamie, you particular, and obviously Carey, you're the hockey guy, but what has happened to Ville Husso?
Well,
is it the situation that he's in? What's going on?
That's a great situation to be in. That Red Wings team's a young, up-and-coming team. They got some pretty good defensemen. They got a Rookie of the Year, Moritz Seider back there. Come on. That's a good situation. He's a bad goalie. That's just the bottom line. He is. I mean, let's go over the numbers for a second. In 21-22, when he had his big run with the Blues, and people were clamoring for him to be number one. His save percentage was .919. That's a great save percentage. Fantastic. But then with the Red Wings, .896. Then the next year with the Red Wings, .892. Then last year with the Red Wings, .714. Oof. Right now, Ville Husso's hard to hit. And that's not a good quality when you're a goalie. So he's on waivers. He cleared waivers. In fact, nobody else thought he was good either. Yeah. And there's teams out there that need a goalie.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Avalanche need a goalie. The Oilers need a goalie. They said, no thanks.
You know what? You're perfect right where you are. Don't call us. We'll call you.
I like Ville. He's a great dude. Was a good St. Louis Blue. It's just he's struggling, man. Struggling to find the puck, and the puck is finding the net.
So Thundercat from the Snake Pit asked, was he like that here, Rivs? Was this expected with Ville Husso? Has his game tailed off, or was he the same player here and it just...
No, his game has tailed off.
Okay.
I mean, you can't deny how good he was in that 21-22 season. .919 save percentage he got in 40 games that year. That's a legit season. Mm-hmm. But after that, everything just started to skydive. Not good.
Do you think the Blues moved on from him because they saw that coming, or is this just happened to have happened?
I think they just moved on from him because they had Jordan Bennington.
Right.
And although some national media people and even some Blues fans were so down on Bennington, what he brings to the team is undeniable. And, Ville Husso still at that time was relatively unproven at the NHL level. He played 17 games in 2021. He played 40 games in 21-22. But then if you remember the end of that season, Ville Husso got the net for playoffs. And the Blues came back and won against the Minnesota Wild because Jordan Bennington got put into that series. And then they almost went on to eliminate the Avalanche, who eventually won the Stanley Cup, but the Nazem Kadri thing happened. So Husso had already started to go down the wrong path at that point. And then Bennington shows you, I'm still the guy. You're not moving on from Jordan Bennington at that point.
So the other player I want to bring up is Lane Thomas.
Oh, wow.
Lane Thomas with a
Former Cardinal Lane Thomas.
pretty big home run this weekend.
I would
a
say
grand
so.
slam, in fact, that helped his team, the Cleveland Guardians, move on to the American League Championship Series. That's another player to add to a long list of former Cardinals that are doing well in the playoffs.
Like, wait. Who pitched for the Dodgers yesterday?
This guy.
What was his name again?
Jack.
Jack. Flaherty.
Flaherty, yeah.
And he pitched.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, you can't
And
keep all
tonight,
of them.
Luke Weaver will close out Game 1 in a save situation for the Yankees.
You can't keep all of them, guys.
No, we just keep the wrong ones.
Well,
Hey, listen, you got half season of John Lester out of Lane Thomas.
You did.
You got Goldie for Luke Weaver,
okay.
right?
That was a good trade.
That was a good trade. You can't keep them all, like Carey said. Lane Thomas got caught up in like the outfield mix.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
The abundance of outfielders.
He's not a good pinch hitter.
Get rid of him.
Yeah. But it does come to me, I've said this before about former Cardinals, it does come down to opportunities. Sometimes you gotta play your guys. You play your guys, you gotta give them the runway, stop doing the mix and matching. Because what's that doing? One, I don't think players should ever get into a rhythm. And if you expect them to be full-time starters for you at some point, you gotta let them play. Now, if they're just part-timers and you fill the whole roster with part-timers, mix and match to your heart desires. Mm-hmm. But the Cardinals have not built their roster that way. So guys like Lane Thomas or Randy Arozarena or name whoever, they get caught up in the wash. And then it's like, well, they're expendable. He's really not doing anything. Well, you're not really playing him. Mm-hmm. So then he gets flipped at the deadline because you need to eat innings. You want to make sure your young guys' arms are okay. So you get John Lester and you got J-Hat. And they pitched fine. But then you watch guys like Lane Thomas produce for Washington and then over the weekend with Cleveland.
You get rid of Dylan Carlson.
What it is.
What was the guy's name? Armstrong? Sean
Armstrong.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
He wasn't even here long enough, was he?
Dumped his ass.
Yeah.
That was great. Like, come on, man. God.
It's almost too easy right now with the Cardinals.
Thank God that season's over with.
You just wait, Marshy. It'll be right back.
I heard you guys talking about Ryan Helsley last week while
Hell's
we were gone.
Bells?
Hell's
How'd that go?
Well, Carey wants him out.
What?
Carey can't stand him.
Here's the thing. No, it's not what it said.
Carey wants to trade him for that Sean Armstrong.
What I said was when we were at the Centene Community Ice Center. Yeah. You all said, when I said Ryan Helsley was the most overrated player, you all looked at me like I was crazy. And what I was trying to explain to you, fine gentlemen, because you are outstanding gentlemen,
Here it comes.
Don't you placate us.
is that when you got a team that ain't going to make the playoffs, what the hell do you need a closer for?
How are you going to win games to try and make the playoffs?
You ain't going to make it with them. What the hell did you need them for?
They were in a spot to make the
Imagine how
playoffs.
bad it would have been without him, Carey.
They were.
Marshy.
They just crapped the bed down the
Hey, the
stretch.
Cardinals
Marshy.
wanted a winning season, and they got a winning season.
That point you just made, Jamie, is 100% accurate. So I called you all fine gentlemen, because you all get it. Everyone else doesn't. But you, gentlemen, get it. It's about winning seasons. Hell with the playoffs.
All right, enough with the Italian evaluation. Terrible news for the Detroit Lions. Aiden Hutchinson, he is done.
Oh, man.
He's done. Well,
That was tough to watch.
the team said there is no timetable for his return to play, but ESPN's Adam Schefter said that Hutchinson's season is over, and I would like to think that his season is absolutely over based on the replay that I saw yesterday.
Well, it was the tibia and the fibula.
Yeah.
It was both. So, like, Vic fractured his fibula and came back in, like, week 14. Mm-hmm. And he did it in preseason and then came back in week 14, but we're well past that. So, yeah, Hutchinson's done. I mean, that's a huge loss. And if you're the Lions, I don't know how it works cap-wise, but I'm calling the Raiders. Give us Max Crosby. What do you want? What do you want for Crosby? He's got to be frustrated playing for that sack of garbage.
Why not go after Hassan Reddick, who hasn't played a snap yet, who just hired new agents?
I think you just said it.
Why not?
I want the guy that wants to. I want the guy that's still trying hard in the fourth quarter, down 34-3.
Probably going to have to give up a lot for a. Then what are you going to do with him next year?
Keep him.
Keep him? Keep both of them?
Hutchinson and Crosby.
Can you imagine that?
Holy God!
I'd pick up the
Again,
phone.
I don't know if the salary cap works, so I'm kind of.
I don't think it does.
Spitting at the hip here.
I don't think it works, Anthony.
I'd pick up the phone and call Aaron Donald.
I said spitting. I meant shooting at the hip.
I'd give him a call. What his interest is in playing right now?
Aaron Donald.
Yep. Even if it takes him a couple weeks to get back into like full game shape, I don't care. Well, wait, we got nothing better.
But I don't think Aaron. Remember, Aaron Donald wanted to retire a couple years ago.
Yeah, because he thought the team was going to stink.
Well,
This team doesn't stink.
I don't know if Aaron Donald needs it. You know, he's one of them guys. Just
Well,
absolutely.
Anthony, I'll tell you this.
But
I'll tell you this. For those guys like Aaron Donald, it's not that he needs it; he wants it.
I don't think he wants it.
Guaranteed, he's sitting at home right now on Sundays, and he gets the itch. Like when the national anthem plays for me, and I get sweats and all that stuff. He's watching football, and he's watching some lame player not be able to play the position the way he did, and he's telling all his buddies how much that guy sucks because he's still got it in him.
That guy sucks.
I don't care.
I don't hate your idea. I
don't
love
care.
Donald. I don't think he's coming out of retirement.
Listen,
Plus, he's owed to the Rams.
Dan Campbell's going to fly down to L.A. I think that's where he's at anyways. That's what I assume he's there. Or wherever he's at.
Drive to Pittsburgh. That's where he's from. Ain't that far from Detroit.
Detroit? Whatever.
I'm flying to Vegas. Full bender.
I'll go with
Then
you.
I'm talking the Raiders.
I think the
places.
Lions defense will be fine. They don't need anybody new.
Marshy's Vikings.
Yep.
I got a big matchup this week.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, we do, Marshy.
All right, it's Fast Lane on 101
We do.
ESPN.
We do,
That's
Marshy.
right. We do.
It's our teams.
We do. Has college football been a better product than the NFL thus far this season? We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN.
Elevate your performance with Pure Performance, your one-stop shop for all aftermarket accessories. They have tremendous selection, and if you haven't been over there, check it out. They've got a 25,000 square foot facility that houses the largest showroom in the area, where you can find anything and everything you might need to enhance your vehicle. Pure Performance has a huge assortment of leveling kits, lift kits for Jeeps, SUVs, and trucks of any make and model. Don't let any road stop your adventure. Leveling kits to fit any budget, starting at $399. And it doesn't have to just be oversized tires and off-road packages. No. Any vehicle that you have, regular tires, regular wheels, Pure Performance has everything for you. They also have a full-service garage, which means if you need something else done while your car is in there getting accessorized, they can handle that as well. The staff is fantastic. Please stop by. Ask for Shelby or Caleb. Tell them that Jamie Rivers sent you in. They love hearing that. And then let them work their magic, and you're absolutely going to love your vehicle. For more information or check things out, go to their website, pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
NIL and everything with the transfer portal, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing this finally come into full effect because you've had a couple seasons here where you could have those players really utilize the transfer portal and utilize NIL. And now it feels like it's fair game for so many different teams. You mentioned teams like Vanderbilt. You mentioned Mizzou. Now it feels like it's more fair game for all of them. And you have the 12-team playoff format, which really expands things too, obviously. And it looks like specifically just in the SEC that the SEC top dogs look more beatable.
That was Brooke Grimsley from the opening drive earlier today, talking about college football and the NFL, and eventually the conversation wound up heading in the direction of, whether or not the college game this season has been a better product than the NFL. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. By the way, you could catch the opening drive tomorrow morning from 7 to 10 a.m. from the Rawlings Experience at Westport Plaza. Rawlings, the #1 baseball brand worldwide, will be revealing this year's Gold Glove Award finalist at this exclusive event, the opening drive, live this Tuesday morning. So tomorrow morning from the Rawlings Experience in Westport Plaza for the Gold Glove Award finalist announcement. You can get more details now at 101ESPN.com. Carey, what do you think? Do you think the college game has been a better product thus far than the NFL?
I think it has been. I think, you've had upsets pretty much every week. I think with the NFL, because it started so slow, not having a preseason, not having as many preseason games as they used to have, players not playing as much in the preseason as they used to do, your first 2 to 3 weeks are essentially preseason games. Like, you don't know who's good. You don't know who's bad. You don't know who's playing well or who's performing well. And you've had a lot of injuries, in my opinion, some of them due to the fact that guys' bodies just aren't acclimated to play at that high level right away. The college game, it feels like week to week you're having a huge upset. You saw Tennessee get knocked off last week. You saw Vanderbilt beat Alabama last week. You've seen week in and week out really good teams. You saw Texas go down 3-0 and people were like, oh, good, Texas is about to lose. And then they run off 34 straight points or something like that. They're like, nah, we're fine. we're the best team in the country.
I mean, Quinn Ewers looked terrible in the first quarter.
That's
and
what
I'm like, nah, they'll be fine.
Most people were like, he's not ready. He should be. They may need to go to Arch Manning. He's like, it's one quarter.
Down.
Knock the rust off.
Right.
But week in and week out in college football, all of these games matter. In the NFL, you're starting to figure out which teams are good and which teams potentially are going to win their division. But outside of the NFC North, which is a coin flip for who's going to be the best team in that division, you're pretty solidified in who is who and what is what going forward. College, week to week, you're figuring out, oh man, anybody can be beaten, and I think it's really fun.
So, Jamie, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this too. To me, though, it's about it's not necessarily about the product being better. It's just about college football offering more drama. That's really, I think, what we're talking about. Because like yesterday, and this is, we'll get to my notes at some point. We got all our NFL Week 6 notes coming up. But one of my notes, the first one, in fact, is we're starting to see the separation. Like yesterday, going into that Lions-Cowboys game, you're like, I think the Lions are significantly better. Oh, my God, they're significantly better. So we're starting to get that separation.
Are significantly worse.
Either way.
They're terrible.
I mean,
they are terrible.
6 in one, half dozen in the other. It's a half dozen in the other. But when it comes to the college game, I don't think there's that massive separation. Like we haven't seen the separation through 7 weeks. So I don't know if the product is necessarily better, but I do think we're getting more drama.
Yeah, so the fact that you're having so many upsets, that tells me that the parity is better. And whether that means the level of football is better or just the level of competition is better, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. Like, week after week after week, we're getting upsets. This week, Penn State nearly squeaks by USC, but they were on upset alert at that point. Mm-hmm. Like South Carolina had Bama on upset alert.
They gave Bama everything they had.
Yeah, so there's, every week there's the drama. And, of course, you've got two heavyweights, Ohio State and Oregon, going at it 1 point difference there. I mean, it's just fun stuff to watch. I said it numerous times already that this is the most fun I've had watching college football, like, in my lifetime.
It has been fantastic. It really has. I mean, LSU, this is a smaller upset, but LSU did upset Ole Miss.
Yeah.
In a game they had to come back from. I mean, that was a great game. Nussmeier had to make a couple of key throws, including the 4th down play where they scored to even get it to OT. Brian Kelly had a situation where does he go for 2 there to go for the win? He decides to kick the extra point, and LSU wins it in overtime. But yeah, I think we're getting that drama each and every week. Even on Friday night, I don't think a lot of people saw this one, but Utah goes on the road. That's number 16 Utah. They go on the road, they lose to Arizona State.
Yeah.
So you are getting opportunities for upsets, whether it's Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday in each window, the early window, the afternoon window, the late window. You have potential massive upsets coming at any point. And wait until MACtion starts.
Oh, yeah.
I think MACtion starts either this week or next week.
You got to be careful with those MAC teams.
I'm just saying the fun is going to continue pretty soon here.
Oh, yeah, no question. Tuesday, MACtion.
So MACtion doesn't start. I'm looking this up, Carey, because I know you really care about this.
No, I do love MACtion. You got to love MACtion.
Yeah.
Central Michigan, Western Michigan, Eastern
Looks like we got a couple of weeks, guys. Yeah, well, week 11.
There you go.
Yep, week 11. You got Miami of Ohio, Ball State. Then you got Bowling Green versus Central Michigan. So
see real ball.
You see real ball, not just Ball State. You see real football.
Real football.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think we're all in agreement here. It's the drama, it's the parody. Things are a little bit more even right now in college football, and it's also the nuance of it. Like, it's new. Normally we get Bama, Clemson, Georgia, repeat, and then like one other team. You're like, hey, you got to watch out for this team because we're all dying for somebody else to upset the apple cart. Well, this season, you lock into a game, you don't know what you're going to see.
You got some, and this week is going to be another test. You got big matchups. You got Alabama going to Tennessee. You got Texas playing Georgia at home. Like, those are really good matchups where you're going to still continue to figure out who's who and what's what. I've been saying for a while, I think Texas is the best team in college football. Well, now you get to play at home against Georgia.
Yeah.
And a team in Georgia that
we're going to find out.
We're going to find out. Lost a heartbreaking loss a couple of weeks ago to Alabama. Like, this is college football where we are right now. And don't forget about my Illini taking on the Michigan Wolverines, 22 versus 24.
What the hell happened this weekend?
I don't know. So
there's no excuse to be in Purdue to be in that game with Purdue.
I was coaching my son's game. I got out of the car. I was listening to the game on the radio. We were up 17-3. I was like, oh, good, cool.
Yeah.
Game ends for my son. I checked the Illinois score, 50-49. Yeah. Who the hell? What the hell happened here?
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Dude, that's a tough one.
You gave up a lot of points to a team that has only won one game, I believe, this season.
Purdue's terrible.
Yeah, they're not good. But don't make excuses. Ryan Walters, head coach for Purdue, used to be the D coordinator for Illinois. I think there's a little bit of rivalry.
You scored 50 on him.
Yeah, no.
What the hell happened to the defense? I'm asking you.
Our defense didn't play well either. We gave up 49.
That's what I'm saying.
We had one more stop than they did. That's all that matters.
I'm worried about our fire up Illini. That's all I'm saying.
Don't worry, we got Michigan this week. If we can stop the run, we're in a good place.
Yeah, you're good.
I think overall, like, the matchups, the hype from all these matchups, they're living up to the hype. Like, you could go back this week and be like, wow, there was like 3 or 4 like instant classic games, like Penn State, USC. You had Oregon, Ohio State. Like, those are the games that you recreate, like, on the video game that you go and you play those moments. Like, that is what is important because there's so many different games, it doesn't matter what sport it is. We look at the matchup, we're like, man, this is a really great matchup. And then it, like, doesn't deliver.
Right. Like,
these are delivering.
Yes.
And that's, I think, was what the main thing to take away from that is that these matchups are delivering.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. And Oregon, Ohio State was the latest example of that. That was the big matchup. It came down to the last play. Will Howard slides. Thinking he's got enough time.
Did you see there's a thing on TikTok where they were saying that Dan Lanning intentionally put the 12th player out on the floor?
Marsh was talking about in the office.
Watch the video. They show the video where he's waiting, he's waiting, and he tells him to get on the field.
Yeah.
To not give up a big play, but to also run clock.
Yeah.
Now, I think what will happen, if that is accurate, I think what will happen in a case like that, they'll get a 15-yard penalty, and it'll be an unsportsmanlike conduct. Because it is 12 men on the field, but if it's intentional, you can call it unsportsmanlike and give them a 15-yard penalty. And now they're in field goal range to take the lead and win that game.
So
I only had to work once.
And
it did.
It did.
Have I ever told you guys the story about this called the Roger Nielsen rule? So Roger Nielsen was a coach in the NHL for a very long time, was coaching here, assistant coach with the Blues for a while. And anyways, when he started out, this guy was like, there's 3 or 4 different rules in the rule book now because of this guy. And so Roger was coaching, I think it was Vancouver way back when, and they were down 5-on-3 with a 1-goal lead. So as soon as the puck was dropped, he'd throw 2 players on the ice, 2 extra players. So it's 5-on-5 now, and he'd tell them, just go over, put your stick between the guy's legs, and stay with him. Don't touch the puck.
Really?
Don't touch the puck. Because if you touch the puck, the referee's waiting. You got to wait to touch the puck.
Yeah.
So they just have 2 guys go and just eliminate 2 players, and it was 3-on-3 over here. And then they
How long ago was this?
this is like the 80s.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So then you get a shot on net, the whistle would go, another penalty, gets in the box. Okay, that's fine. He'd wait as soon as the puck dropped, 2 more guys under the ice.
Wow.
He also was the guy that, there's a couple more, but I'll give you one quick one here. He's also the guy that told the goaltender, like when he pulled the goaltender, leave your stick, your blocker, and your glove in the crease.
No way.
He said because he's like, if they're going to score, they have to actually score. It can't just be a pass down the ice that goes in.
Yeah, they got to lift the puck.
They've got to fire it up. And so that's a rule now. The goalie can't leave his gear.
I love it.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Like, not a lot of
Forward-thinking.
guys back in the day were lifting the puck off the ice.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Really? This is like the Gretzky era. I think he
Okay,
scored
never
enough.
mind. All right, that's fine.
I never heard of him, Danny.
I'm just saying.
You could be wrong.
Who's that guy? Who's
Never
Gretzky?
heard of him. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple more. I wish I could remember them off the top of my head, but that's what he'd do.
That's hilarious.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. What is our early overreaction from the first weekend in the NHL? We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN.
All right, if you're looking for car or home insurance, please call Tracy Bibb and the Bibb Agency. They work alongside Allstate Insurance, and you're going to get the personal attention that you deserve from the Bibb Agency. They're not just a 1-800 number where you call and get somebody different every single time, or you got to go through 3 or 4 people to find somebody who can get you the information regarding any of your policies. No, not with the Bibb Agency. And Tracy will work with you to make sure that you have the right type of coverage for when something happens, not if, because it's when something happens. And when it does happen, you want to make sure that you're covered properly. And the Bibb Agency, they do that for you. Tracy's also doing a ton of great work in the community as well. She had charitable donations to United Cerebral Palsy, the Purple Stride, Kids Rock Cancer, the Little Bit Foundation, and so many more. So please give them a call today for a free non-committal quote. That number is 314-328-4260. That's 314-328-4260. It's no fib. You're in good hands with Tracy Bibb.
Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. What is your early overreaction to the first weekend in the NHL? I don't know if this is an overreaction or not, but I think Ottawa and the Kings need to find better goal prevention.
Why?
Ottawa won today 8-7 in overtime.
You don't think that's exciting?
I'm just saying that's...
Well, Linus Ullmark is their number one goalie. He did not play today.
Well, the second guy's tough to hit.
Yeah, he's evasive.
Yeah.
Which is...
it's good for a running back.
Yes, not
bad
for a goaltender.
Yeah.
Correct.
What's your best overreaction?
The Edmonton Oilers may not score a goal again this year.
Never. Never, Bob.
What are they? 3 games now, and I try to see the scores. I know they're not good.
Well, it's tough. It's tough when you have a roster like that. You know, it's not very good. It's not very talented.
It's eye-opening.
Edmonton,
that's for sure.
Edmonton right now.
Yeah, they've lost.
Is 0-3. They lost
6-0.
4-1 to the Hurricanes.
No, Flames.
Oh wait, I'm on the Lightning.
Yeah. They lost 4-1 to the Flames.
Toggled on me, Jamie.
They lost 5-2 to the Blackhawks and 6-0 to the Winnipeg Jets.
6 Cobb. They started the season losing 6-0 to the Jets. And then you got poured on by the Blackhawks.
And
Wow.
then the Flames. 2 teams that are not expected to make any kind of a playoff push.
No.
So, and the Oilers right now, like, offensively, they're not scoring. They've got 3 goals in 3 games. They usually have 3 goals a period. So the offense not clicking. But Stuart Skinner, hard to hit so far this year.
Yeah.
He has not looked good. When I watched that first game against Winnipeg, I thought he was blindfolded for half the goals. I'm not joking. Puck was in the net before he moved. And you're like, buddy, what's going on?
What happened?
He's like surprised. Anybody? Whoa, what's that horn?
Yeah.
Well, the puck is in the net. Ding dong.
I think that's the biggest thing so far this year. Like, you look at some of the better teams in the league, some of the teams that we've seen have a lot of success in the recent years. And why are they not doing good this year? Well, they have terrible goaltending. Colorado, not good goaltending. Nashville, I believe, your guy, UC Soros.
Juice.
He's injured right now, if I'm not
Juicy
mistaken.
Soros.
He goes by Juice.
Yeah. Juice.
Doesn't like to be called Juicy in the locker room.
Nah.
No, I had a teammate named Big Juicy.
Oh, I thought you were going to.
Big Juicy.
Okay.
Big
He
juicy.
looked like the Kool-Aid Hawaiian punch guy.
He did, huh?
Yeah. Big Juice. Yeah, Chris Kimiatu. Don't bother.
So we got
Don't
Chris
bother.
Kimiatu, and he called him Juicy.
Big Juicy.
All right.
That's my guy. Good dude.
I bet he was.
Had the big hair. Yeah. Good guy, man.
Huh?
Big Juice.
Good old Juice.
Juicy.
Big Juicy.
Anyways,
How about the hockey club?
the Utah Hockey Club has been
said they would be good.
outstanding
Yeah.
thus far. I also think, goals. I feel like goals are way up right now. By the way, Utah lost 3-0 to the Devils
Jamie said
today.
the goalie was blindfolded, so that helps.
It
Goals
certainly
going up.
does.
That's Stuart Skinner having a tough go. Poor
Yesterday was pretty low scoring around the league, but if you look, you go back to Saturday, the Sabres beat the Panthers 5-2, Maple Leafs 4-2 over the Penguins, 6-5 Utah over the Rangers, 5-3 Devils over the Capitals, 5-4 Kraken over the Wild, 6-4 Blue Jackets over the Avalanche, 9 goals in the Flyers Flames game, 7 goals in the Blackhawks. So, like, there's just...
Well, that's what happens. It was the start of the season. It's easier to score goals than to defend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's that Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
There's
Kool-Aid
Big
is
Juicy
Big
right
Juicy.
there.
You got to know. Got to love
But
him.
it's way easier to play offense than it is defense to start of the season. Some of these teams don't have their defensive zone coverage implemented quite right yet. They're not forechecking properly. They're on a new team, new system, whatever it is. Usually early on, you can see goals go up, like boom, you come out of the. Now, the fact that there's some teams that just have goaltenders that are terrible right now, that's not helping their case, because the scoring's up, because not just because players are not learning the defense, the goalies aren't making the saves. Like Colorado and Edmonton are 2 of the biggest eye openers so far this year, but their goaltending is terrible.
And they've been terrible, too. Like,
Well, Georgiev has been terrible since he's gotten there.
Yeah, like,
He was the reason they got eliminated last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Couldn't hit him. Do we have another goalie? Let's put somebody else in here.
It looks like Stuart Skinner just had an unbelievable run last year. Like, I can't see that happening again.
Yeah. Well, let's remember the Oilers, too, last year. They started the season, 1-9?
Yeah.
And they got their head coach fired. Oh, they're 0-3 right now. At some point, it's not a coach problem. At some point, you're looking at a team that has developed a certain pattern, and they better pull themselves out of this because that's a team that's in a win-now mode. Like this year and next year, they have to win now because then a lot of these guys are going to be traded, free agents, wanting to get paid. Also, this team for the next 2 years is win now.
Yeah.
And they're not winning right now.
Doug Armstrong ruined their franchise.
Yeah.
He did. he certainly didn't help it. That's for sure.
Hey, you can catch me, Anthony Stalter, and Rafe from the Rizzuto Show this Thursday night at Hot Shots in Fenton from 6:30 to 8:30. Come hang out with us and watch the Thursday night football game. It's between the Broncos and the Saints. While you're there, you get signed up for some Point and 101 ESPN giveaways and enjoy a cold Bud Light. It's this Thursday, 6:30 to 8:30 with Rafe and me at Hot Shots in Fenton. It's all refreshed by Bud Light. Let's do Andrew Marsh's NFL Week 6 game notes next on 101 ESPN. If you need a new roof or if you got a damaged roof, you got to call my friends at the Happy Roof Company. 314-665-3001. If you missed that phone number, thehappyroof.com is where you can find them. I'll throw out the number again in about a minute here. But if you got a leaky roof, an older roof, a damaged roof, if you need a completely new roof, the Happy Roof Company should be your first call. In fact, if you call today, they will have someone to look at your issue within 24 hours. They do both residential and commercial roofing. They only use superior high-end products. They got a 10-year labor warranty on all shingle roofs and over 50 years combined experience in roofing, siding, and gutters. They don't chase storms. They're not one of these companies that come in and out of a neighborhood looking for, a quick money grab and then they're out and then you don't know who to call if you have any sort of issue. You don't know if the warranty holds up. No, the Happy Roof Company, they're right here. 100% of their market is in St. Louis and the surrounding areas. Their headquarters is in Sunset Hills. They've got cost-effective solutions on flat roofing and metal roofs, and they've got free estimates with competitive pricing. Here's that number again, 314-665-3001, thehappyroof.com. It's the Happy Roof Company. weeks in the NFL concludes tonight with the Jets and Bills, and we've got the coverage for you. Pregame starts at 6:30, and we've got the kickoff about 7:15 right here on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. We do this every Monday where each of us picks out 3 things that we saw from Sunday, and we call it our game notes. Andrew Marsh, you're up first, bud.
All right, my first note after this week is that the NFC runs through the NFC North. You have the Detroit Lions, who, in my opinion, have one of the best offenses in the league, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. The Packers.
Throwing tackles.
Okay. How much fun? Sorry, Marshy. How much fun are the Lions to watch offensively right now?
They're a lot of fun.
Triple reverse back to the quarterback downfield. They got linemen catching passes. They got linemen faking out the opposition by standing there checking with the ref as if they're making themselves eligible. Meanwhile, they're saying, we're just, we're messing with the opponent right now.
Yeah.
I agree with what Tom Brady said on the broadcast. He was saying, basically, like, why bring these plays out now? You're already up by like 30 to 40 points. Like, keep these plays in your back pocket, because now you kind of you're showing your hand a little bit if you want to break those out in games that are a little bit closer. Or, that's just kind of how I feel. I really like the plays. I thought they were awesome.
So
I don't know why more teams don't do stuff like that.
I see it a little differently. And Carey, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because you have an idea. I don't. I've never been on an NFL practice field.
Not yet.
Not yet. You're right.
Still time.
I'm free agent.
They should call.
Play defensive tackle, defensive end. Yeah, I'm a little small for that.
Yeah, a little undersized.
A lot undersized. But it's one thing to practice those plays in practice against your practice squad. It's a whole other animal to execute them in a real game.
Yeah.
So I look at that, and you're right, Marshall. Like, why bring those out in that game? Let's see if they work. Against a real team, I mean, the Cowboys, can we say they're a real team?
I also think it was a little petty, too, from last season. Last season, when they got flagged for the illegal man downfield.
Oh,
I think it was like, they're all petty plays.
Absolutely.
And you're smoking the Cowboys.
I loved every second.
That was
of it.
100% what it was.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
It was going back to last year when they lost and they had the botch situation.
Checked in that they didn't check in.
Right.
Not only are we going to do it once, we're going to do it more than one time.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Just so you know what we're doing.
Hey, guys, there was a guy named Michael Jordan. He was pretty petty.
Yes, he was.
My
He wanted to
Lions, Jordan. Lions, Jordan. Same thing.
Wow.
Greatest team ever.
Ever? Okay.
Haven't been to a Super Bowl yet. Let alone
This is the
win.
year. Dan Campbell said it yesterday. It's the year.
Okay. Yeah.
I believe in Dan.
Me too.
Anyways, though, about the NFC North, like, all of the teams right now look like some of the best teams in the NFC. Like, even the Bears. Like, the Bears have started to kind of make their way back into being a relevant team in the standings, and Caleb Williams is starting to look more and more comfortable every week. You have the Packers and the Bears, who are 4-2. You have the Lions, who only have 1 loss, and then the Vikings, who are idle this week on the bye. Like, they're still undefeated. I could see, and I don't know if this is going to happen, because you still have the Bucks, you still have the Falcons, who are probably going to be pushing for the playoffs. But I could see all of the NFC North teams making the playoffs now that there's 3 wild card spots. You have your division winner and 3 wild card spots. It could happen.
It could, but they start to cannibalize each other.
It's true.
Next week when the Lions beat the piss out of the Vikings,
Whoa!
Those are
You're right.
words.
You're absolutely right. You're right. It's gonna be a tough Sunday for the Vikings.
Good luck, reverse psychology, that one.
I do think that that eventually the teams will start to beat each other up, and then somebody will fall off. Jordan FX also says, who have the Bears played?
They beat the Rams.
It's a fair point.
Panthers.
They beat the banged up Rams, the Panthers, who are 4th place team, the Jaguars, who are a fourth place team.
You're right. The Bears stink.
Marsh, what's going on now? I don't know if it's a reverse psychology.
I'm trying to give the team credit, and then just no one wants to give them any credit. So you know what? That's fine.
They've played.
You give all the bad teams credit.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I give Caleb Williams credit because I said he was going to be okay. He's going to be good. Had a couple, took a pump. Yeah, he's been good. Yesterday was a really good performance. 4 touchdowns, 2 to commit, 2 to
5 against that juggernaut Jacksonville team.
4 passing. Yeah, 4. No,
5
called
total,
one
right?
back.
Didn't he have 5 total?
No. They called one. I think they got down to the 1 yard line, and then
got one
Devin
back.
Singletary. Swift ran it in.
Oh, that's right, because
Initially was called a
DJ
touchdown.
Moore. Right. Yeah,
And then
gotcha.
he was down at the 1, and then
My bad.
Swift ran it in. But no, 4 touchdowns yesterday. I think Caleb Williams is figuring some things out. Guys are starting to get healthy for him. Yeah. DJ Moore had a big game last week. Keenan Allen had a big game yesterday, and Cole Kmet had a big game.
Defense looks good.
They're figuring some things out. Those old Chicago Bears, the Bears.
You don't have 4 teams. You don't have all 4 teams making the playoffs. So.
The Vikings will Viking eventually. I told you, old man.
Come on, they're 5-0.
My second note, I might scratch it out.
They've
happened?
destroyed everybody.
Are you kidding me? My second note is, are the Steelers finding their offensive identity?
No.
But you know what?
No.
Screw them.
Well, no. Let's go ahead and ask that question.
No, just change it.
No, just ask the question.
Are
Jamie
the
and I handled
Steelers
this.
finding their offensive identity?
No, they played the Raiders.
No.
Played the Raiders yesterday.
They're playing a minor league team.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, they were in Las Vegas.
Play a team
More
from the
Steelers
back.
fans there.
No offense.
Woo, that's frustrating. Don't talk about his action. He will not tolerate
Hey,
it.
speaking of minor league football teams, this whole weekend I was just gassing up to my friends up north about how great Battlehawk football is.
Nice.
I'm like, you got to come to the Dome. We
You
just
gotta
got
see
new
it.
turf.
Yeah.
We just got new
We
turf,
just got
baby.
new turf for the first time in 20 years.
You're going to love it.
You're going to love it.
That's
You
what you
gotta
want to
come.
do. You want to sell everybody on the turf.
Absolutely.
You got to see this turf. It's unbelievable.
Just trying to gas them up. Meanwhile, I drove by U.S. Bank, not the actual bank, but the stadium.
Yeah.
When I was up there, I'm like, man, this place is awesome.
Looks
uh,
but
good.
hey, it ain't good. It ain't as good as the at the Battle Dome.
There you go.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, man.
Steelers still stink.
No, they
they're
found
fine.
some rushing. They found a little bit of the
Yeah,
running
they were
back.
in the ball
Najee
yesterday.
Harris finally got over
George
100
Pickens
yards.
got a couple of catches. Justin Fields looks good as a runner.
TJ Watt, listen, the Steelers are going to hang their hat on defense.
Yes,
in
they
case
are.
no one knew. They still are very good defensively. TJ Watt punching balls out at the goal line, making things happen.
John from the Snake Pit goes, Bears play UMass next week.
John gets it.
John does
Play
get it.
UMass in a football game.
Yeah, especially in the middle
By the
of
way,
the season.
did you guys see? Did you guys see Mizzou play UMass at a penitentiary this weekend?
Hey, you know it's tough when the camera angles are like on the field.
going.
What did you say,
Sorry,
Marsh?
Marshy.
I was just saying, I think it's like, you're playing a bad team when like the camera angle is like 10 feet off the ground.
You can't go any higher. We're not going to show that
It's
most of this
concrete.
place is empty.
My final note, and it's very simple. Why are there so many bad teams in the NFL? This kind of coincides with our other
Ownership.
discussion.
Ownership.
Well, that
Coaching.
ownership, leadership, front office.
Yep.
I mean, you're looking at
Jets.
the Jaguars, the Jets.
Browns.
It's normally the same teams, though. It's not like the 49ers just
Panthers.
became terrible. It's not like certain organizations just do a complete 180 and now they are a terribly run organization. It's generally the teams that we know to be terrible. And then sometimes you have teams that are young and figuring things out. Like the Patriots were so good for so long, but there's a lot of turnover in that organization right now. So they're going to be bad. They got a rookie quarterback who started his first game. The Cleveland Browns are always really bad. That's
They made the playoffs last year.
and tell me the last time they made it. Probably like 2007. No, they made it
they
20
made it with Shaky
They
Bakey.
made it with Shaky
Yeah,
Bakey.
they beat your Pittsburgh Steelers.
They
Like a
did.
drum that
and we
time.
had Duck Hodges starting the game. So you know,
I think Ben
Big
Roethlisberger, that was his
I don't
final
think Ben-
game.
That was his final game.
No, it wasn't.
Ben couldn't throw the ball 10 yards.
Ben
Oh, no, it
played the
wasn't.
next week, the next
He did.
season.
They lost to the
in
Chiefs.
Kansas City. That's
Yeah,
right.
he couldn't throw the ball 10 yards then either. He was struggling.
Hey,
But they
that's
made
a
it.
two-time Super Bowl winner.
He is. One of them, I love
From
you,
the
Ben.
MAC.
7, my guy. The Raiders, generally a bad run organization. They are not good.
Nope.
You got, I mean,
Look at that leadership.
there are teams that Carolina
Look at a
Panthers
haircut
have,
like that. You can't trust them.
have proven. The Panthers have proven over the last 5 years that they're not particularly well ran.
That's correct.
Like, bad football it starts at the top, man. So if you got a bad team, you probably got a bad front office. Maybe you have a bad owner who doesn't get it, Hell, the Cowboys are bad. It ain't because, like, we live off this mystique. The Cowboys, the America's team. No, they ain't. What have they done?
I just find it
stink.
I find it funny because this is the best. This is the best league in the world, and it is the most profitable league in the United States out of the 4 major sports.
Yeah.
Yet half of the teams in the league are horrible.
That's because people want to see.
Marshy, ever go to a bad restaurant?
Haven't been I have.
Ever go to like a store that you're like, wow, I'm not going to buy a damn thing here. I'm walking out.
Yeah.
Bad people. Don't know what they're doing. In over their heads. Fake their way to it. Eventually got into big time positions that they didn't earn. It happens.
Man.
Eventually there's going to be bad products. NFL's got them too. That's the way I look at it. I understand your point. Like, there's only 32 of them. You got to find people that can run these organizations and run them well. But I mean, Carey, you've come across coaches that you're like, I don't know how you
got here. I don't know who you knew.
This guy's a coach in a movie.
Right. All right. That's Marsh's game. Week 6 game notes here in the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Advice with former athletes is next. So if you've got something that you've wanted to ask Carey or Jamie about maybe a certain situation in sports or otherwise, now's the time. We do this every Monday. It has been kind of a fun segment over the last couple of weeks. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. Again, advice with former athletes next.
Do you have a vision for a kitchen or bath upgrade? How about that outdoor living space as well? But maybe you're not sure who to turn to? Please give my friends at E&B Granite a call for a no-obligation consultation. E&B Granite has proudly provided the St. Louis area with exceptional customer service and products for over 20 years. And I myself am a customer at E&B Granite. My experience was fantastic. Walked into their showroom at 6135 Manchester Avenue and just talked to the design team. And they helped me out with my kitchen remodeling. And then we go to the back to look at all the different countertops. They had everything. They had granite, quartz, marble, soapstone. It was awesome. So I ended up picking up my countertop as well as backsplash cabinets, all that stuff. And then the installers did a magnificent job of getting all my old stuff out of there without ruining anything, which was nice. And the new stuff put in, and it looked like it belonged in a magazine. So happy and impressed with everything over at E&B Granite, from the selection of product to the staff to the installers. Everything was fantastic. So please give them a call if you're thinking about remodeling your kitchen, your bathroom, or an outdoor living space. That number is 314-645-9300. That's 314-645-9300. You can always visit them at enbgranite.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues took 2 of 3 on their road trip out west. They will be back in action tomorrow. The home opener for your St. Louis Blues. They'll take on the Minnesota Wild. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN with the pregame coverage starting at 5:30, and then we'll have the puck drop at 6:30. We talked a little bit about your Blues earlier in the show. If you missed any of that, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free 101 mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we have Monday Night Football. It's the Jets and the Bills with the pregame starting at 6:30. We have advice with former athletes coming up next. So if you have any questions you want to send our way to the Air Comfort Service text line for our former athletes, do so using the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. We'll do advice with former athletes next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Give me some advice, quick.
All right, time for advice with former athletes. Carey Davis, Super Bowl champion with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Our guy Jamie Rivers, former defenseman for the Blues, Canadians, the Islanders, the Phoenix Coyotes, the Atlanta Thrashers, the Croatians, Boston Bruins, Detroit Red Wings,
You miss?
Ottawa Senators, and of course, the Florida Panthers for one game. Marshy, what do you got?
All right, so I
What did I
wanted to...
forget?
Montreal.
No, I said them first.
Did you?
I said Habs.
Oh, yeah. All right, go ahead.
I want to start off with the with the NBA, gentlemen.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, I know. We don't really do that a lot. I'm sure Action Jackson Piddles Burkett will enjoy this 2 minutes of NBA talk. But yesterday, Dante DiVincenzo, who was traded from the Knicks to the Minnesota Timberwolves, was chirping the Knicks bench yesterday, and there was a point where he was taking free throws and was saying that's what happens when they let you run the show. I think he was talking to Tibbs. And he ended up getting in a little skirmish with Rick Brunson towards the end of the game when they were shaking hands. But what I wanted to ask you guys is, you know, when you go to a different team and there's maybe some bad blood with another team, like what is the right way to go about that? Can you chirp? Like, should you not chirp? Should you be respectful? Like, what does that look like?
Ordinarily, just shut up. Just do your thing. Let your play do the talking. I had an experience that I learned from.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah. Similar situation, but not like in-game. But so when I was with the Islanders, coming off a great year, he was playing top 2 minutes on defense and all the stuff. And then Mike Milbury that year protected me for the expansion draft. So I'm like, okay, he's going to offer me a contract. He's protecting me. Otherwise, he just let me go, and I would have went to like Nashville or one of those places. You know, that's fine. Well, it comes time to re-up my contract, and he hangs on to my rights forever, and then decides to just make me a free agent. Screwed me, because everybody else had already signed. Like, all the free agent spots are, like, gone at this point. So I'm sitting at home now, an unrestricted free agent, till the Ottawa Senators call and sign me, which is like 2 games into the regular season, basically. So the 3rd or 4th game of the season, very quick, the Islanders come to Ottawa, and the reporters catch me in a heated moment. They're like, if the Islanders were Survivor Island, who'd be voted off first? And I'm like, Milbury'd be out of there. I said, you might have a Lord of the Flies situation over there. And so I went on to say other things, and, you know, it wasn't great. Really, like, looking back now, I'm like, shut up. Like, just shut up. What are you doing? But I was mad because he was messing with my profession. The way he went about that offseason screwed me over. I lost a lot of money. I lost opportunities, like whatever it is. And so then we played that night, and couple of the players are like, Mike's pissed. I'm like, I don't care. And I'm looking at the players, I'm like, who's coming? Like, who's coming after me tonight? Like, let's go. Meanwhile, I was hoping it wasn't Chara or Cairns. 6'7" was Eric Cairns and 6'9" was Zdeno Chara. I'm like, I'm not winning those ones. But everybody else was fine. Punched Tim Connolly in the face, made him bleed, and then I scored. Wow. And apparently when I scored, Mike Milbury threw his coffee off the wall up in the press box.
Did he?
But as a professional athlete, just a professional in general, any work that you're involved in, any profession, take the high road, man. You don't win by burning the bridge down, and you just never know when you're going to have to cross that bridge again. And oddly enough, I learned that lesson because the head coach for the Islanders wanted to sign me later on in my career, and Mike Milbury was still there. And I remember having to get on a phone call with Mike Milbury. He requested to talk to me, and he just said, things have happened, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I like you. I think you're a hell of a player. He's like, I'm over all that crap. And regardless, though, you still said it, so we're going to pass. And I was like, okay.
Don't think he was over it then.
He wasn't over it.
Yeah. I agree with Jamie. It's probably one of the harder things, especially when it's a competitive moment and for Dante DiVincenzo, it just happened. What were we, 2 weeks removed, 2 or 3 weeks removed from when he was traded from New York to Minnesota. He was prepared to play with all of his guys from Villanova. They brought all the band back together, guys he played in college with, and then all of a sudden, he's moved. He was talking to Tibbs. He was talking to Tom Thibodeau, and Rick Brunson jumped in. And he basically said, this is your fault. This is what happened when they let you make the decision. So not what he wanted to do. He didn't want to be in Minnesota, away from his teammates, away from the guys he played with. And probably looking back at it, he probably wishes he hadn't said anything at all. I don't know I doubt the Tibbs said anything to him first, but I understand it. Because when you're young, 25, 26, 27, yeah, the hell with you.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
You get all fired up.
But when you get 43, you're like, maybe I should have not said that, went in that route. But, can't take it back now. I didn't necessarily have a problem with it. I know, I'm pretty sure there was a level of frustration, and it's the preseason. It's not even regular season yet. So, they'll play each other once, I think once or twice during the regular season because they're in different conferences. But, yeah, it'll be all right.
I also had one, too, with Barry Trotz. Barry Trotz, who's now the general manager of the Nashville Predators. My first year playing in the minors, he was the head coach of the Portland Pirates, Portland, Maine. And I had done something a couple of games before, something stupid, I'm sure. I can't remember now. But so the first shift of the game, guy comes up, taps me on the pad. He's like, I got to go you. I was like, this guy named Sean McCausland. I'm like, you're going to go me? This guy was like, I'm like, okay. So I beat the brakes off him. Then I skate by their bench, and Barry Trotz looks a lot like the Penguin from Batman,
Like Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito.
He kind of has no neck, and he walks like a little penguin. And so I skate by their bench. I go, hey, Penguin, you're going to have to send somebody bigger than that. Little did I forgot in the moment that he had Brian Curran on the bench, and the Colonel was 6'5", 230. He found somebody bigger. Ended up in a scrum in front of their bench, and the Colonel had me bent over backwards, knocking some sense into me. And I could just see Barry Trotz smirking, and I wanted to be like, you son of a...
Wow.
We laughed about it, though. It was good.
By the way, the Mets just hit a grand slam. They're up 6-0.
Was the big strong guy?
Top of the second. He knows Mark
It's my Mets.
Vientos.
Your Mets?
It's kind of.
He kind of claimed them.
Kind of. When they were bad, I claimed them.
Oh, goodness.
You were there.
Jamie said that they've got something going on.
After I heard their song from their player.
OMG. Oh, yeah,
I was like,
okay.
Remember,
yeah.
I was like, they got
OMG
something going
song.
on there. I don't know what it is.
I will give you that. I forgot about it. Yeah.
Let's head to the Air Covered Service text line from the 314. This is along the same lines, but a little different here. What was the worst fight between teammates, and how did the team handle that situation?
So there were lots of them back when I started in the league. You'd have one fight a week in practice. It really wasn't a big thing, and the team handled it by saying, "Pick up your gloves, let's get back to work."
Yeah, you all are in a sport where fighting is allowed. I think in practice, you always have camp fights. You always have. It's not really intelligent to punch someone in the head. I never understood this, especially in football.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you punch someone when they have a helmet on? Like if I'm fighting, I'm going for a body shot. Probably going to try to rip your helmet. I'm not punching you in your face mask. That makes no sense to me. But it happens all the time, guys. Especially then because we had 2-a-day practices all the time. We would be out there hitting against each other, and by week 2, week 3, you're sick of each other. You're ready to go see your family. You're ready to go hit someone in a different color jersey, someone you haven't been around for 2.5 weeks. I don't recall anything where a guy broke a hand or broke a eye socket or anything like that, but you had camp fights all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camp fights, practice fights.
It's not abnormal.
It's abnormal now, for the most part. Like, the NFL still has them. You can see it, but you can honestly think it's blown up because, oh, my goodness. And in hockey, like, if you have a fight in practice, like the Sabres had a little tussle in practice today, and it's all over Twitter, and it's like, oh, what's going on with the Sabres? It's like, okay, that was just a Tuesday back then.
People fight. Like, you get angry. Like, you get tired of one another, and so you might throw a punch or two. Like, I've grabbed a few face masks and wrenched someone's neck.
And then the second part of that question, I kind of nonchalantly just said, oh, well, you just tell them, pick up your gloves and go about your business. As a coach and as a leadership group or even a leadership guy, you got to make sure everything's good after. Like that, It's almost like mandatory lunch after practice. Be like, okay, we're all going to grab a beer, going to grab whatever, and then everybody's coming.
And normally everybody's fine.
Everybody's
like it's not. Oh, I'm gonna fight you afterwards. It's like, nah, we got it out. I'm good.
Yeah.
You good? I'm good. All right, let's go eat.
There's only one time I saw 2 individuals fight in practice, fight in a training room, fight in the parking lot. But then the next day, everything was fine.
Who were they?
I can't tell.
Sometimes you got to get it out, man.
Was that like a best 2 out of 3? Or
I don't know.
what was that all
They were
about?
trying to work in a ladder match in there somewhere.
All right, we got Carey's NFL Week 6 game notes next in the Fast Lane.
$1,500 off, 12-year warranty, and 0% financing. SwissAirSTL.com.
Anthony, I can't tell you, there's nothing worse than feeling tired, irritable, just like maybe even depressed a little bit. You just no desire to get into the weight room, certainly no desire in the bedroom. That's not great at all. That's why Mentality, they're there for you. They're there for me. They're there for all of our listeners that are listening right now, and they should check them out. 2 awesome locations in South County and in Chesterfield. The board-certified physicians are awesome over there. They do a blood panel for you, find out exactly what's making you tick or not tick at the time, and it's covered by most insurances.
Yeah, in the program, they make it so easy. Like you're saying, Jamie, you go in and you just tell them how you're feeling. They'll have certain questions for you that are very basic. And if you're somebody that has been run down lately, low energy, you're fatigued all the time. You're like, man, I used to go throughout a whole weekend, whether I'm playing sports or running around with the kids or whatever it is, and I'm just dragging. If that's you, head down to Mentality. Like Jamie said, 2 different locations. If they do find that you're, somebody that qualifies for the program, they'll draw your blood quick. It's easy. If you are low on testosterone, they've got a program that's going to help. Jamie and I have used the program now for, almost a year, I think, and the results are fantastic. In the gym, at home, running throughout the course of your weekend, your day, and you're like, man, I got plenty more to go on. So visit Mentality, like Jamie said, 2 different locations, or visit them online at lowtusa.com. It's Mentality.
Is your job just a job and you want to work in a rewarding career? If the answer is yes, then start your journey today by becoming a union construction craft laborer. Why wait? Visit buildunion.com to learn more about becoming a union craft laborer and starting a rewarding career in the construction industry. Build a career, build a future, build a legacy. Buildunion.com for more information.
This is the Fast.
In 10 minutes, we'll have the Gauntlet, but we do need a new Gauntlet contestant. So if you haven't played in the Gauntlet before, text in 314-399-9646. Again, if you haven't played in the Gauntlet before, 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line, text in the word Gauntlet, and you might have an opportunity to face one of us in about 10 minutes. Carey Davis with his Week 6 game notes from the NFL.
So, number one, I got who is the next coach to be fired? Because
Doug
we talked,
Peterson.
Well, talked about Nick Sirianni and his, antics on the sideline after beating the woeful Cleveland Browns 20-16, talking back to the fans that were booing him, and I think they had a chant, "Fire Nick." Like they're ready to get him up out of there because they were not beating the brakes off of a team that is as terrible as the Cleveland Browns. Nick Sirianni is one. Doug Peterson has to be on the hot seat as well. They didn't fire him because they didn't fly back from London. They're going to play another game there this weekend. And I don't know what the Jacksonville Jaguars are doing. I have no clue. I don't know that they know what they're doing. But if somehow you find a way to lose to the New England Patriots in London, your second home, because, Jacksonville loves to play in London. If they find a way to lose to New England, I wouldn't be surprised if he's there looking for a job after that game. And also Mike McCarthy. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys did nothing in the offseason to get better. They waited forever to pay CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, which they did finally before the start of the season. They stink. Like they have lost some games, and this last game against Detroit, we talked about it earlier. Just Detroit pulling out all the stops. You know what? Run that play. Give them the flip flop, woo wham, and make that happen. Yep, run it.
We haven't with the lineman.
We haven't practiced that since training camp.
Doesn't matter. We know it. They don't, and they're not going to stop it. Yeah. We run whatever we want to run, and they beat the brakes off of the Cowboys. The Cowboys are not a good football team. They're decimated with injuries. They don't run the ball particularly well. They don't do anything where you can say, yeah, that's what they're going to do. No, you don't know. That Dak is they're missing so many people on the defensive side and offensively. It's just a bad team right now. So one of those three coaches, in my opinion, are and Nick Sirianni actually won his game, but still the look of what he did after the game, or as the game was, the final minutes were winding down, that didn't look good at all.
No.
So one of those three guys will probably be looking for a job. They're probably the next guy out. My second point, game note of the week, Baltimore's the best team in the league. And I don't care who thinks otherwise. They are the best football team in all of the NFL. They lost the first two games. One tough loss to Kansas City at Kansas City, out of bounds. You lose a terrible game to the Raiders, which no excuses there. You were up. You should have won. But since then, Derrick Henry leads the league in rushes, rushing touchdowns, leads the league all year in rushes, rushing touchdowns, and rushing yards.
Yeah.
And this is what I expected Baltimore to be when they signed Derrick Henry. Cowboys probably could have used a guy like that. Whatever. They are running the ball extremely well, which complements the pass. Zay Flowers had the most yards he's ever had in a game in the first half yesterday.
Well, most of the first play, right? Where did that go, 60?
60. He was playing out of his mind. Mark Andrews found the end zone. Like, they have a lot of weapons in which they hadn't had. Rashad Bateman is catching the ball. Nelson Aguilar, guy from Philly, he's catching the ball now. Like, he's doing a really good job. They are playing well. And in my opinion, they're the best team in football right now. Sorry to the Detroit Lions, but
What about the Kansas City Chiefs?
don't care.
Two-time Super Bowl
Don't
champions.
care.
Beat the Ravens.
They
week
aren't
one.
back on his Ravens game.
They aren't playing well.
And he loves Baltimore.
They aren't playing. No, I love Lamar. Let's get it correct.
Oh, you love the Ravens.
That's like
you always
saying-
have.
Nah,
You wore that T-shirt the other day.
I did not.
It's really
Nope.
surprising.
That was surprising.
It was purple,
I know
too.
what
You
you're
didn't go
doing.
with the black one. It was
Lewis,
purple
I know what
back.
you're doing.
Right.
Nah, hell no. I didn't have a Ray Lewis shirt on.
I don't know. Maybe it's Jerry Lewis, but I'm just.
Yeah, either way, it was a Lewis, though.
Yeah, so I think Baltimore is playing at an elite level. They're going to be tough to deal with the entire season. Just the way they run, pass, they've kind of complemented things in defense. If they can figure out a way to, continue to limit the passing yardage and make tackles, I think they're going to be okay.
I love Baltimore. I do. I love the Ravens. There's something there, though, that is like they're not fundamentally sound at times. They're sloppy in the first quarter. Right after Zay Flowers had that big run, they fumbled. They had another turnover at some point. I think, or maybe a blocked field goal. Maybe I'm mixing up my games.
Yeah,
now.
you might be. I think,
but I do remember the Ravens being sloppy in that first quarter.
they had some controllable plays that they should, some uncharacteristic things that they did. The center rolled a snap back to Lamar on one play, didn't even get it off the ground. Like things are happening, but all in all, you got Derrick Henry who. Man, I don't care. If people keep telling me he's going to slow down,
He looks great. He looks that offense now looks like how we all thought it was.
Yeah, it took a couple of weeks, but they're rolling. And then my last thing was, we talked about this as well, Caleb Williams figuring things out at the quarterback position. I think some people were ready to write him off. They got the big win first week when Will Levis forgot what color his uniform was. He threw it to the Bears and they won.
Which week was it?
That's
Week one.
the
Wasn't it
first
week one?
weeks.
No.
Oh, yeah, he had the next one.
yeah.
The next game, he had the real good
He's
one,
got
too.
Will Levis is kind of...
He's been and you
got a lot
get a
of
game
memes.
and you get a win.
Like how is that guy an NFL quarterback?
I got drafted.
Yeah.
You get drafted. They got a process that happens in April.
Lars, that's a
like
fair
college
point.
football.
Can I be drafted?
If you get,
I can throw the ball
you
to
got to
the
go
other
to the
team.
combine, and then you got to be invited to the combine. Though that's the problem.
Can you get him invited,
I mean,
Carey?
I've been to places I've never been invited.
Yeah, Carey, you're in the NFL.
I don't know if I can get you
him
that
invited.
invite. It's kind of exclusive. You got to be.
Have you seen
out
me
of
jump,
college.
Carey?
I have not.
I can get at least 1 foot off the ground.
Okay. All right. I'll see what I can do. I'll work on it.
We run
Thank
a
you.
damn
I won't make any
fine.
promises.
We run a damn fine 6'5" 40.
Ooh, that's gonna be really slow.
Yeah, but it's steady. Steady.
I don't know if that's gonna work.
6'5".
Sundial.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. I think
40
Tom Brady
feet,
was
right?
faster than that.
Man.
Huh?
I think Tom Brady was faster than that.
Oh, yeah, but he was a young buck.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not.
That's
They
true.
want younger guys, but we'll see what happens. I'll see what I can do.
Experience, Carey.
That helps. Caleb Williams has been playing well, though, man. Like I said, had a great game yesterday, 4 touchdowns, able to get Keenan Allen involved, Cole Kmet, who had he's been kind of missing, but able to get him involved in a couple of touchdowns. Like they are playing. He is playing much better, which is allowing them to win games. So I know we talked about him not being. Maybe not being the guy his first couple of weeks. I think he's starting to figure some things out. So it's fun to watch.
I think he saw that punter for their team had a highlight video from 1 week.
Yeah.
And he said, "Not anymore.
Nope. You're done.
You're done."
I texted you on draft night, and I meant it. We're not going to use you.
That's right, yeah. That was funny.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We have the Gauntlet coming up next.
If you're thinking of selling your home anytime soon, you're going to need a reliable and trusted real estate agent. Take it from me. Get to know St. Louis's real estate expert. That's Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Look, Gloria's name is her promise, and it says it all. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. There it is, right there. Gloria has also mastered the home selling promise by guaranteeing upfront and in writing to sell your home at your agreed upon price and time frame, or she will buy it herself, guaranteed. She does that, executes all that in handwriting too. Gloria is able to guarantee the sale of your home in writing because Gloria already has the buyers. Thousands of ready buyers that Gloria has in her database for over 20 years of experience and recognizing the neighborhood that you live in, the price range of the other houses that are going, where the market's headed. That's how Gloria nets you the most money and creates the highest demand. Many times with multiple offers, which means more money in your pocket. So please don't wait another second. Pick up the phone, call Gloria Liu, tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888. Or you can visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. As always, Gloria and the seller must agree upon the sales price and possession date.
Four warriors, four categories, one challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Call 314-920-5713 now for a free inspection.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN 401. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. We've got Cameron on the line. What's up, Cameron?
Hey, how's it going?
Going great, man. Appreciate you playing in the Gauntlet today. Is this your first time?
Yeah, first time.
All right. Well, congratulations on making it in. Would you like to take on Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers, or me?
I will take on Carey.
Carey Davis. That sounds way better.
With no delay.
Yeah, with no delay.
Yeah, but I feel like I have to do it anyways.
Oh, yeah, no, you have to. Yeah. You're a team player.
Yeah.
Good luck, Cameron.
Thank you. You too.
All right, so Carey's going to make his way into the cone of silence. Cameron, you are going to tell Andrew Marsh to spin that wheel. We'll find out what category you get.
Hey, spin the wheel, Marsh.
What are you hoping for, Cameron?
I know the wheel curse is real, but hopefully it's baseball.
Okay, all right. It is as what do you not want?
Hockey.
Hockey. Okay.
Wow, Anthony, you want to see how this played out?
What do you got?
Baseball's right next to hockey, and for whatever reason, the wheel decided to slow down just enough to not hit hockey, and it stuck right on baseball.
Oh, there you go, Cameron, first timer, and you got the wheel on your side today, my man. Excellent. So you're going to get 4 baseball-related questions. Each one is worth 2 points, unless you ask for the options. Thank you, Marsh. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. The Kansas City Royals reached their first World Series in 1980, falling to which East Coast-based opponent in 6 games?
Oh, gosh. 1980. East Coast. I'm going to say the Baltimore Orioles. Final answer.
All right. Question 2, Cameron. Name the Baseball Hall of Famer who helped pitch the Pittsburgh Pirates to the 1979 title.
Oh, gosh. Option.
Jim Rooker, Bert Blyleven, Steve Blass.
I'll go Bert by 11. Final answer.
Question number 3. Cleveland is seeking its first Fall Classic appearance since 2016, when which middle infielder blasted a pair of homers over the course of that memorable matchup against the Cubs?
I think I'll go with, I think he won World Series MVP, Ben Zobrist. Final answer.
All right, Cameron, last question. How many Gold Glove awards did Albert Pujols win during his illustrious career? How many Gold Glove awards did Albert Pujols win during his illustrious career?
I already know what the options are going to be, so I'll go 3. Final answer.
All right. Let's bring back Carey from the Cone of Silence. Cameron, how you feeling?
Feeling okay.
All right. We'll see how Carey's feeling then. Coming off this long weekend, his Illini won, didn't play well, especially against Purdue. But
They won.
They won.
They won, though, Carey.
It was a dub.
That's how many?
That's right.
How many points they give up?
How many?
to
49.
Purdue?
Oh, okay. It was 49. Illinois did win. Yep, absolutely. Hey, welcome
That was
back.
quick.
It was quick.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
So Cameron wanted baseball. He did not want hockey. And as you know, Carey, the wheel does not grant wishes often.
Nah.
But today it did. Baseball is the category.
Carey wanted hockey. You want that
Hockey guy.
smoke?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
The Kansas City Royals reached their first World Series in 1980, falling to which East Coast-based opponent in 6 games?
1980?
Yep.
Oh, man. East Coast based opponent. Don't get options.
Philadelphia Phillies, Cincinnati Reds, New York Mets.
Bad. Yeah. Give me the Phillies. Final answer.
Question 2, Carey. Name the Baseball Hall of Famer who helped pitch the Pittsburgh Pirates to the 1979 title.
Willie Stargell. Final answer.
Question number 3. Cleveland is seeking its first Fall Classic appearance since 2016, when which middle infielder blasted a pair of homers over the course of that memorable matchup against the Cubs?
Oh, man. He hit one in Game 6 or Game 7. What year? 2016. What year are we in?
2024.
2024. Okay.
Where are we? More like, when are we?
I got an answer in my head, but I don't think. Was it Lindor? No. Was it? Baez was with the Cubs. Give me the options.
Your options are Carlos Santana, Jose Ramirez,
That's no.
or Jason Kipnis.
No. Kitness? No. Ramirez or who's the first one?
Carlos Santana.
Great musician.
He did. Yeah. You said middle infielder?
Middle infielder.
Ramirez. Final answer. Let's guess.
Final question, Carey. How many Gold Glove awards did Albert Pujols win during his illustrious career?
This is terrible.
You should know that right away.
I should know off the top.
It's Albert Pujols.
Options, please.
2, 4, or 5.
I'm going to go with the Anthony Stalter mindset and just split it right down the middle. Go pick the middle one. 4. Final answer. That's what Anthony would do. And he's good.
Is he?
He is.
He wasn't talking about me. Because I say never go for the middle.
Oh.
I say it's never the middle.
I think he was kind of...
Yeah, he was around there. All right, let's see how you guys did today.
Not great.
The Kansas City Royals reached their first World Series in 1980, falling to which East Coast-based opponent in 6 games? Carey, with the options, you said the Philadelphia Phillies. Cameron, without the options, said the Baltimore Orioles.
What?
Correct answer is
Philadelphia Phillies.
the Philadelphia Phillies. 1-0 Carey. Name the Baseball Hall of Famer who helped pitch the Pittsburgh Pirates to the 1979 title. Cameron, with the options, went with Bert Blyleven.
You did the thing. You did the thing.
Carey did not go with a pitcher. He went with Willie Sturgill.
My brain turned off.
It's a left fielder or a first baseman.
It's okay.
Not a
He
pitcher.
didn't pitch that series? He didn't pitch that series?
I don't think so.
They had him in
But
the bullpen.
did Bert Blyleven, did he do that? Correct answer is
He certainly did.
Old Bert.
Cameron won.
I heard Hall
Jamie,
of Famer.
or Carey won.
Hall of Famer.
That 1-2 punch with Bert and Willie.
I just heard Hall of Famer.
All right, here we go. All tied up. Cleveland is seeking its first Fall Classic appearance since 2016, when which middle infielder blasted a pair of homers over the course of that memorable matchup against the Cubs. Cameron, without the options, you said Ben Zobrist. Unfortunately, not an option. Carey, you were toggling between Carlos Santana and Jose Ramirez. You said Jason Kipnis. No, definitely not Jason
It
Kipnis.
was Jason Kipnis.
Correct answer is
Santana Ramirez. Household names. Answer is Jason Kipnis.
Jason Kipnis is the answer.
I think he's the only middle infielder on that list.
He is. He is.
I know Santana's a first baseman. That's
First
why I was
baseman
like,
or
no.
catcher, either
I was
way.
like, no.
I mean,
Jose
catcher's in the
Ramirez,
middle
a
of the
third
field.
baseman.
Yeah. Ramirez, I knew he was. I'm like, maybe he played second base.
I don't even know if he was on that team.
I don't think he was either.
Hey, guys, it's okay. Last question. Still tied 1-1.
Oh, man.
How many Gold Glove awards did Albert Pujols win during his illustrious career? Cameron, you took your shot. You said 3.
Not an option.
Not an option.
Good job, Carey.
Got a chance.
2, 4, 5 were the options. Carey said, I'm going to take the Anthony Stalter approach. I'm going to split these and go right in the middle. My approach is to never go in the middle.
Well,
Carey said 4. If it's 4, Carey wins today. If it's 2 or 5, we've got a walk-off. Cameron.
Let's keep it going.
Walk it off.
Correct answer is 2.
Shame
He
on
won
you
2
guys.
Gold Glove awards.
Albert Pujols, man.
All right, here we go. This is how it's going to work. Cameron, you're going to wait. You're going to wait until Carey shows us his answer after writing it down. Then we'll go to you. You'll tell us your answer. Closest to the pin wins. We will have a winner today. Carey, are you ready?
sure.
All right, here's your tiebreaker question. You got your pen and paper?
I do.
Of Pete Rose's 4,256 career base hits, how many were triples? Of Pete Rose's 4,256 career base hits, how many were triples? Carey's writing down his.
We got an answer.
Ooh, that feels like a lot.
We got an answer.
Can you show me that, please? Thank you, sir.
All right. Cameron.
47.
Ooh.
Hold on now.
Some math will be involved in this one. Hang on.
We got to give Marshy
Give me a second.
Pause to go to the snake pits. Flashback 2 said 3,000. Willie said 3,000. MD 2020, of course, with a 69 as an option.
What did Cameron say?
47.
47. Let me do some math here.
I said that felt high.
You?
My number felt high.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Brandon says 1 million.
All right, we're good. It actually wasn't as close as I thought it was.
Of P. Rose's 4,256 career base hits, how many were triples? Carey, you wrote down
258.
258. Cameron, you said 47. Cameron.
You have chosen wisely.
The correct answer was
135.
135 triples.
What was the difference on those, Marshy?
So we had a difference of 123 for Carey and a difference of 88 for Cameron.
Cameron, congratulations. You won your first gauntlet.
Good job, Cameron.
And you'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, even after first question, I picked another American League team to beat the Royals.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
We don't listen to the questions.
If you don't listen to the question, you get a little nervous. I think I picked 2 NFC teams to represent each other in the Super Bowl once. So, yeah, you get
all had our
a
moments.
little nervous. Yep. Cameron, you'll.
End of that year, though. No.
What's that?
I thought Willie Stargell was the right answer.
You're saying to yourself, oh, no.
He's like, oh,
You're
yeah,
so
Willie.
confident about it, too. Yep.
I heard all the favor. Yeah, stop right there. Brain
Ben
turned off.
Zobrist played on the Cubs.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. Yep. All right. Cameron, you'll be back tomorrow. Carey's going to go to the penalty box.
Oh, that's right.
See you, Cameron. We'll call you tomorrow. Thank you.
Oh,
right.
Carey. You're
Yeah.
right. You're high.
I was high.
You were high.
Hey, I was high when I did that gauntlet, Ricky.
I live my whole life by that. All right. After 3 games, what do we truly know about our Blues? That's next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Carey, and if you're a contractor or you own a business that needs recycling or you just got some stuff you need to remove out of your home, then you need to know about my friends over at Scrap Mart Metals. They're tailor-made to help you meet your schedule and budget. They understand that job site cleanup for contractors can be a mess. If you set up a business account with Scrap Mart to recycle that metal, it'll be one less thing you have to do during cleanup. You'd be amazed at how the scrap metals add up and how it can truly help your business's cash flow. If you're a plumber, heating and cooling, an excavator, or a contractor, Scrap Mart Metals recycling can make your job easier. You own that heavy equipment, it breaks down over and over and over again. You repair it over and over again. Eventually, it's going to break down for good, and you're going to have to replace it. Scrap Mart will come and get it out of your way. They will haul your equipment to one of their locations and get you a check the same day. If you want to haul it yourself, they have 3 convenient locations: Valley Park, Peevely, Jonesburg. If it's metal, they will buy it. It is recycling made easy. They offer a convenient drive-on scale, and you will always get the highest payout. You will always get top dollar for your scrap metals. Just reach out to them at scrapmartmetals.com. Again, that's scrapmartmetals.com, and tell them Carey sent you.
This is Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis from the penalty box. Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. After 3 games, what do we truly know about the Blues? Are you?
I'm punishing myself. I'm just gonna face the corner.
Holy smokes!
You know, I don't know, man. It's tough over here. Jamie's got his stuff here. The computer is on Grant Francis, and I don't know the password, so I gotta have my computer and my laptop set up somewhere. So it's just gonna be here in the corner,
not facing us.
He's pouting.
I am pouting. I am pouting. I'm frustrated. You know. Yeah,
I looked over. I could hear his voice. I looked over. He's just back to us.
Yeah,
it's already hard enough from over here. That way, you guys just don't have to turn around. I'm not looking.
Droid FX from the Snake Pit goes nose in the wall, Davis.
Yeah. Listen, I was in class at one point. I've had I know. I was in grade school.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. And I'm claustrophobic, so it would really.
Was that a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the corner.
In the corner, they'd make you get on your knees on the hard floor like this.
What?
Nose in the corner. Yeah. If I throw a little eraser off some kid's head, get in the corner.
Get in the corner.
On your knees.
Nose in the corner.
Yeah.
Bad times, man.
What?
I think that's where my claustrophobia began. I was there a lot. Felt like the walls was closing in on me.
Claustrophobia. Must have been great to be at the bottom of the dog pile.
Oh, it was terrible. The hell off me!
I can't breathe. Can't breathe.
The worst dog pile is when your teammates are the one. You make a big play and now everybody is celebrating. They're like, get the hell off of me now.
All right, it's a Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Carey Stargell Davis says Gator.
That's mine. I'll take it. Yep.
All right, after 3 games, what do we truly know about the Blues? Well, we know they're fast.
Yeah.
We know they can erase deficits in a hurry, but only if they fall behind first. We also know they can't protect leads in the first period. So outside of that, Jamie, what else?
What the hell is wrong with you today? Like, listen to this guy. The Blues are 2-1 off a tough road trip, and he's already got like.
What did I say that was wrong?
He wants them 3-0, Jamie.
What did I say that was wrong?
It's just the way you said it, Anthony.
All right.
Don't even try to whittle your way out of it.
I got one more.
Okay. God.
If Jordan Kyra is going to be an $8 million player, he's got to get that hat trick and game.
I'm glad you brought up Jordan Kyrou because the Blues have 11 goals so far this year, and if Jordan Kyrou wasn't on the team, they'd have 5 because of the offense that he's created. So let's not be too
hard on him.
Too tough on good old Jordan Kyrou.
They probably have a better plus minus in that goal differential, though. If
true.
He would have scored that third goal in the game.
Exactly.
You guys are brutal, man.
All right, so what do we really know?
What are you expecting? We just went a full summer talking Cardinals baseball. We're still in that mindset.
The Cardinals weren't good. At least the Blues are 2-1.
They're playing hard.
They're better.
Yeah,
I like it.
They're trying.
Yeah, they are. Kyrou's +4, by the way, on the season.
Yeah,
it's great.
So for all his haters.
Could have been +5.
Just please stay there. All right, Jamie, what do we actually know after 3 games?
Well, goaltending's good. You got good goaltending. And like Joel Hofer, he was a victim of a couple of crazy bounces. The Celebrini off the back of Kessel's skate, and then Goodrow shooting the puck, it hitting him off the boards, off his foot, off the back of Hofer, and in the net. Like, come on, man. So, yeah, I think you have good goaltending. For me, man, your D-core has improved substantially. Like, really good 6-man unit out there. P.O. Joseph got in his first game in Vegas, and I thought he looked really good. He turned the wrong way on one of the goals. It cost him, but he still was on the ice for a goal 4, so he's even on the night. But big guy, skates well, long reach, eliminating plays. Kessel's played well. Suter's played well. The top 4D have looked exceptional together. So there's been a massive upgrade within the defensive core for the Blues. And up front, they've got great depth. When you can play lines 1 through 4 and not worry, like we talked to Drew Bannister about that prior to the Vegas game. Me and John Kelly, just because it was our first broadcast, when a couple of questions for the coach. We're like, I just said, I go, you look like you're not nervous to play any line out there, like at any time. He's like, well, I'm not. He's like, look at our fourth line. It's Walker, Faksa, and Torpchenko. He goes, what line do I not trust them out there against? He goes, even if it's Connor McDavid. He's like, I'm not worried that they're going to implode.
Yeah.
So then he goes, it gives us a little bit of an advantage that we don't have to hyper-focus on matchups. And then when they have home games, now you can exploit some of the matchups maybe because you have such good depth up front. So those are the things that I've noticed in the first 3 games, right, just off the top of my head. I am anxious to see this team now with Brandon Saad. He'll be back in the lineup. Him and his wife had a baby girl for their 3rd child, so congratulations to the Saad family.
Absolutely.
But he's going to see his first action, and based on practice lines, he was with Thomas and Neighbors today. So Saad getting put in for his first game, and it looks like he's going to be on the first line, or what is deemed to be the first line. Bolduc's going to stay in the lineup at left wing with Buchnevich and Carey, which I think Bolduc has looked pretty good. His speed and his offensive instincts play. He doesn't look nervous. He's making good, assertive plays out there. Jordan Kyrou has been very good. I'd like to see him shoot the puck more. He goes and scores 2 goals against the Kraken, and then the next game against San Jose, it's like he's unwilling to shoot the puck.
Yeah,
buddy, you're like the potential of being the best goal scorer on the team. Shoot the puck. Mm-hmm. But he still has 6 points in 3 games, so you're not going to sit there and
pout
and be too upset about it.
Right.
So those are my initial observations on the season so far.
Carey,
what about you talked about the defenseman? What have you seen from Broberg throughout his first couple of games?
Watch him, man. It's unbelievable. Take some time and watch him. Like, just kind of isolate him when you see him on the ice. And watch the way he angles guys, the way he finishes off plays. He gets his body in there. He separates the man from the puck. He's got great stick defensively, and he skates so well. 2 or 3 strides, he's up the ice. Even if he's caught with a bad gap to where the forward's right on him, he has the ability to turn and skate with that forward and then run them into bad ice. I'm very impressed with him so far.
Is there ever any chance of you seeing him and Parayko playing together? Like, could he work his way to a top pair defenseman?
Yeah, I think obviously it's not just a possibility. I think it's probably very real that happens at some point. Will it be this year? I don't know. Will it be next year? Probably.
Yeah.
But the thing is that Leddy and Parayko, they complement each other very well too. Like, Leddy's a tremendous skater, so it's not like you have Parayko carrying his partner. They're both very good players, and right now the chemistry between Falk and Broberg is really good. So just to move Broberg up to be with Parayko just because, I don't know if I want to mess with what they have right now as far as the chemistry is concerned. Do I think he eventually finds his way there? Like, at some point this season, you'll probably have a game where you're up by a goal and you're playing against the Avalanche or the Oilers or somebody who's a high-powered offense. And when the goalie's pulled, I think you'll see Parayko and Broberg out there. They take up a tremendous amount of ice.
Right.
They skate well, good defensively. So will it happen? Yes. Do I think it needs to happen? Like, we have to force feed it right away? No, I don't believe that to be true.
That's Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter. It's a Fast Line on 101 ESPN. All right, Carey, you served your penalty. Come on out, buddy.
All right, appreciate it.
You can get out of the corner there.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, we've got our Sports Six-Pack next. If you have a question for us, 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Text in your questions, and we'll answer them next on 101 ESPN.
If you're in the market for replacement windows, please call my friends over at Window World. They are simply the best for less, and they're also the preferred window of your St. Louis Blues. Ranked number 1 in number of windows sold in the country by Qualified Remodeler magazine. And for me, I just purchased a home. I'm going to have Window World come by and check out the windows and make sure that they're quality. If not, I'm replacing it all because Window World, they make a glass that has got double strength. It gives it a strength not commonly found in replacement windows. How do I know this? I stood on a window in the showroom. It didn't break. I was thoroughly impressed with that, and it's also very efficient, so to keep some of that money in your wallet as well. And Window World, they want to make you feel comfortable about all that, so they give you a lifetime warranty that covers all the parts, glass breakage, and the labor. So please don't hesitate. Pick up the phone. Call them right now. They're also still offering up to 36 months same-ish cash financing with approved credit. So please call them at 314-993-1800. That's 314-993-1800. When you call them, tell them Jamie Rivers from 101 sent you in there. That qualifies you right away for 4 Blues tickets to an upcoming game. And if you need any more information, you can always visit them at windowworldstlouis.com.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. We just got done talking about your St. Louis Blues. They took 2 of 3 on their West Coast road trip. And they're back in action tomorrow night, the home opener against the Minnesota Wild. You can listen to all the coverage right here on 101 ESPN with the pregame starting at 5:30. We'll have puck drop for you at 6:30. And if you missed any of our conversations regarding your St. Louis Blues, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free 101 mobile app. You'll find all of our full shows there. And it's all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we'll have some Monday Night Football for you as the Jets take on the Bills. Pregame for that one starts at 6:30. We have our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so if you have a question you want to send our way, do so using the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. Six-Pack coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center. Suffering from ED or PE? Your first treatment is free at ParamountMen'sMedical.com.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Time for our Sports Six-Pack. Carey Davis, James Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. Is Andrew Marsh.
Question number 1.
Gentlemen, tonight on 101 ESPN, you can listen to Jets and Bills Monday Night Football. We have a question from the 618, an important question. So I have hit 7 of 8 on a parlay of just straight pick'ems for teams in the NFL. Do I cash out early or do I go with the Bills winning tonight to cash out my full amount?
How much are we talking? Because I think that matters.
I do too.
It's a great point.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you triple your money or something like that, and it's a pretty good chunk of change, just cash out. No shame in that. I do think the Bills win tonight.
I say you ride it out. I do. You get in a situation here where you've gotten to the last leg of this parlay, and I just don't see the Jets beating the Bills. I just don't.
Could you imagine if Jamie cashed out after hitting 7 of 8 against those parlays a couple months ago? He wouldn't have won.
Yep.
Now, again, it does depend a little bit on the money that he put in. If he put in $10,000 on this thing, then
cash out, please.
Cash out now, yeah. But if it's $10, $20, $30, $40, let it go, man.
Let it ride.
Here we go. Says 176 versus 388.
No, I'd let it ride.
$288?
It's what?
So if he cashes out, it's 176. If he lets it ride,
$176K?
I doubt it.
I wish.
If he lets it ride and the Bills win, it's 388.
Go for it.
I'd let it ride.
Let it ride.
This is a great point from the 314. You should hedge if you already have the favorite.
That's true.
At least get your money back.
What sucks is that the Jets and the money line are probably even or minus 105, I would imagine.
Right on the money line. Okay, yeah.
But what you could do is take the Jets for exactly the amount that you risked.
Jets are plus odds.
Yeah.
Plus 100?
Yeah.
Or 101 or something?
100.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever your ticket cost, put it on the Jets. At the very least, you break even.
No, I hate that. No, go big or go home. Ride it out. Don't listen to these guys. Gutless. Ride it out. You know. Next question, please.
Question number 2.
From the 314, when do you think college football will come out with a red zone show like the NFL, if at all?
Oh, I think it's too many games.
That'd be fun.
But
I think
if
it'd
it
be
was just
awesome.
the top 25 teams, I think that would kind of be cool.
Or like take, I don't know, 10 games, just feature 10 games.
Yeah.
Or you have your 10 biggest games.
Yeah.
If
That
there's
would
2
be
ranked teams, if there's, even if it's like 3rd and 20th, rather than a team that's ranked like 7th playing nobody.
Right. Or maybe it depends on the window.
Because some of them at 50, 55 points. The red zone's going to get a little tiresome. Here we go again, folks.
We show every touchdown. Here's Army scoring again. Man, that'd be fun, though.
No, fans, you're not watching a replay. This is the triple option for the 64th time today.
Army now up 76-4. 2 safeties there. Got too close to the end zone. We showed you both of those on the College Football Red Zone channel. Man, that'd be fun. It'd be fun. I don't want Scott Hansen, though.
No.
I know, unpopular opinion. I think Scott struggles.
What?
And Scott tips his hand. I don't like it.
What do you mean, tips his hand?
They'll go back to a game, and it'll be like, the Lions haven't scored inside the 10 all day. Remember what I said? They haven't scored all. And I'm like, really, Scott? I got to mute this now? You're telling us? I hate it. Or like something very clear will happen. Like it's a fumble. And it'd be like, okay, the Ravens just picked up a first down. Easy first down. Like, Scott, no, it's a fumble. Let's go to this next game. No. And then you go back, and it's like, well, it turns out they fumbled. I know. We're going to send it to the Octobox. So, if it's college football and there's a lot of games going on, let's find somebody else.
Who would you have?
Andrew Marsh.
Oh.
I think Marshy could handle that.
It's a lot.
I think you could.
The job kind of takes care of itself. Just tell here we go, Oregon, right. Ohio State. Watch this.
Back to Eugene. Right. Done.
Boom.
Shut up.
Get out of the way.
Yep.
Yes, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Question number 3.
I know a lot of people like Scotty.
I don't know. You've changed my mind.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the worst.
Anthony's got beef with like big time studio host.
No, I don't.
Yeah, who's the other one?
Just two.
Was it Chris Berman? No, not Chris Berman.
No, it's not.
Who was the
A
other
little
one?
more local.
Friend of the morning show.
A little more local. Likes to blame the fans for everything. And steal our ideas.
And he kind of talks like this.
Our points.
I have no clue.
What? Turn around. Look at the helmet. Do you know or no?
Hey,
You
Carey, now do you know?
I got you. All right.
You don't, do you?
I don't.
I'm even doing the voice pretty good, I think.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
don't know who you're talking about.
Anthony eviscerates some of his clips.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I think Cardinals fans are to blame. You know, the Cardinals are doing everything that they can.
I do know who you're talking about. It took me a while. I didn't know if you were doing Batman or...
I'm giving you all I got here, okay?
He's thinking to himself, why does Anthony hate Batman?
Yeah, Anthony hates Batman.
Wouldn't Batman be a little more like, a little lower?
Yeah.
Batman, a little more air to his voice.
There you go.
Not Greg. He just has the raspy voice in the morning. Like, he just had a cigar.
Maybe he did.
I don't know.
What? Anyways, question 3. From the 314, what are your theories as to why Canadian teams have not won the Cup in 30-plus years?
Hold on, I'm sorry. I just saw this from Splashback Deuce in the segment. Tony Stark did the college red zone in a cave with a box of scraps. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead. What was the question?
Something about Canadian
Edmonton?
Teams unable to win the Cup.
Yeah, they stink.
Yeah, what are your theories as to why no Canadian team has won the Cup in over 30 years?
Too much pressure.
They haven't felt like it. They're like, we won all those ones before. Let's let the Americans have a few here.
I don't think so.
Is that what it was?
Is that what the Leafs are thinking?
Yeah, the Leafs are like, now they're going to win it, though, because Craig Berube is going to break his foot off and someone's behind. I don't know if there's any science to it. Like, you could say, well, the U.S. teams are getting all the best players. Really? Because there's a guy named McDavid and Matthews in Toronto and Edmonton, respectively. They're pretty damn good. So it's not like the best players are just going to the U.S. markets. I don't know. I mean, there's no...
Yeah. I mean, you could just say that there's more American teams than there are Canadians.
Right?
The odds. You got to play the odds, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to let that puppy ride, especially if you got 7 of 8 so far in a parlay.
Yeah.
Well said.
Question number 4.
Okay.
From the 314, if Mizzou beats Alabama but loses to a team like Auburn, are their playoff dreams over?
If they lose to Auburn, it's a wrap. They got Auburn this week,
Even if they
correct?
beat Bama?
Doesn't matter. Your 2-loss team. It's going
There's
to
going to be somebody with 2 losses that makes the playoffs.
Yeah,
It won't be Mizzou.
Vandy's playing hard.
It won't be. It won't be Missouri. No.
It just hit you.
This guy.
You love him. You missed him.
I did.
You missed this version.
Oh, my goodness.
The one and only Jamie Rivers.
Yeah, the only one.
No other. Too bad, guys? The only one.
Yeah.
What are we on for?
Sometimes there's multiple
Sometimes
Jamies.
it feels like there's more than one.
Sometimes there's more in the room. Wait, what was the question again?
I forgot.
If
Something about
Mizzou loses to Auburn, but they beat Alabama, will they be in the college football playoff?
Probably not.
No. They got Auburn this week.
You might have to, everybody's a 2-loss team.
What if Alabama loses again?
They almost did this past week.
They might lose this weekend. They
done.
got Tennessee, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Well, Tennessee
At
don't
Tennessee.
look good. Tennessee barely beat Gators.
And Bama barely beat
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
They barely beat them Cocks.
Yeah.
Florida. Florida. Oh, jeez.
What? The Gamecocks.
No,
What are you referring to?
I'm not laughing about that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Should hear their chant.
Anyways, Florida. Why did they not go for 2 at the end of that game? Like their coach is probably going to get fired. Like, your team's bad. Why not go for 2 there?
Maybe they don't know they're bad. They're like, we're in this thing, boys.
No, we're not.
We're going to get this thing to overtime.
I would have went for 2.
Yeah. Would you have gone for 2 if you were Brian Kelly, LSU, Ole Miss?
I liked his answer. I liked his answer, what he said.
What'd he say?
Like, we worked too hard to get back into that game to risk it there. We're at home. Let's take it. Let's kick the extra point and go into overtime.
I liked it as well.
I like the thought process. And it obviously works better when you win. But if you're clawing back and then you put all of that into one specific play and you don't get it, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you're deflated.
So
it was a heck of a comeback because they needed a couple of big plays. Nussmeier made the one big play on fourth down. Yeah.
Question number 5.
From Jamie's Vacation Speedo, if you could retain just one of the many players the Cardinals have given up, who would it be?
Oh, like over the years? Like in the next, talking
we'll
the
say
last
like
handful of years?
5 to 6 years, give or take.
Wow. It's got to be one of the pitchers. Zach Gallen or Sandy Alcantara.
Or Sandy Alcantara.
Either way.
Either the Cy Young guy or a guy that, could win a Cy Young at some point. Yes, it would be one of the pitchers. Yeah, hands down. I mean, that one's kind of an easy one for us.
Question number 6.
From the 618, which would you say is more memorable and fun, a concert or a sporting event?
I think a sporting event.
Depends on what the sporting
concert,
event is. Yeah.
And the sporting event.
If it's Game 7 of the NLCS or World Series, probably more exciting, especially if your team wins.
I don't know. Have you seen Creed live?
I have. Tremendous.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
98. I saw him.
No, just saw him.
3 Doors Down open for him.
Same here.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
Better than Game 7 of the World Series? Or Game 6?
What happened in that game?
It wasn't better than Appalachian State, Michigan.
There you go. Okay.
Seriously. I was there.
Yeah.
App State fan base. Just sitting among them.
I don't know. I'd say a good concert. Not like what? But no, hear me out,
Jamie.
Hear me out. I'm not saying
You're wrong on this one, Jamie.
See, you're not listening to me.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Thank you, Andrew. Good manners, young man.
Thank you.
I'm not talking about
open
Game
doors for
7
people.
of the World Series or Game 7 of the Stanley Cup playoffs or the Super Bowl. They just said a sporting event. So if it's Game 72 of the Cardinals season, or you go get to see Creed, I'm going to watch Creed. I'm having more fun doing that. Let's just be honest here, Carey.
Which one are you remembering though?
The concert.
Are you though?
Depending on the game. If it's a Stanley Cup or like this, if it's
depending on how fun the concert is, you might not remember it.
It's a good point.
Probably.
It's a good point, but then I'll remember that I don't remember. And I'll be like, yeah, it was a hell of a time, I'm sure. I think I had a great time.
I don't know. I don't remember.
All right, speaking of Jamie, Jamie's got his NFL Week 6 game notes next on 101 ESPN.
Gentlemen, are you currently using ED meds? Well, nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. Just be ready for the big game. That's what I say. But I do care if you're paying too much for those ED meds. Little blue pill, the gummy things, all that stuff. Stop paying too much. Head over to the medicine shop in St. Charles. They're your destination for cheap ED meds. They've got a generic called Sildenafil, and they offer you that for less than $2 a pill. Prescription required, of course, and if you don't live close, you can still cash in on all the savings because they offer free discreet shipping and delivery to your home or your workplace. And that's a huge help for people like me or anybody else who has a crazy schedule. You can't get to the pharmacy, don't worry. The medicine shop in St. Charles will come to you. And if you're in St. Charles, the area, go check out the store. It's an awesome store. People in there are super helpful, very courteous, and they treat you like family. And they want to make sure to take care of that cold and flu, the allergies, whatever it is bothering you. They want you to feel better. So please stop by and visit them. You will love it. If not, you can get more information at their website at stcharles.medicineshop.com. Again, that's stcharles.medicineshop.com.
Andrew Marshy and Carey Davis's Week 6 game notes. Time for Jamie Rivers' game notes from the NFL Sunday that was. What do you got for us?
Yeah. Okay, a couple things here. And I'm sure I'm going to get obliterated by you guys. But
no.
I'm going to start off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Are they, like, I know we talked about it loosely, but are you guys starting to truly believe that they're a contender out of the NFC?
No.
Like, okay. But why?
I don't trust them.
I say that every week, but then they go out and they blow the doors off somebody.
Well, that was the Saints, and
well, they've done it a lot this year, Carey.
They have.
That's the Cowboys.
They have. I don't know if they're trust. I just don't know. For whatever reason, I don't feel like it's going. That is a playoff team, in my opinion. It doesn't feel like it. They don't look like it. I think Baker Mayfield, he had 3 touchdowns yesterday. 3 or 4 touchdowns and threw 3 picks. Is that correct?
Yeah, 2 of them were deflected.
Yeah.
Like one was a piss missile. Like he threw it and it ricocheted. I mean, like you see the jugs machines, right, for football, and you put it looked like the ball was shot out of a jugs machine straight to the Saints defender. But
well, I just look at their record, and obviously the record's good, but they've got a win against the Commanders, who we know now are a legit team. They got a win against the Lions, that's a legit team. They got a win against the Eagles, which is, they're a little dysfunctional, but still a good team. And now a win against the Saints, where they're struggling. But like 51 points, 30 points, 33, 20, 37, like they're putting up some numbers.
I think Atlanta and Tampa are going to be head-to-head all year long to win the NFC South, and the loser gets one of the wild card spots. I think Tampa's legit.
They gave up 27 points in the second quarter. Like, when I look at this,
they had a blocked field goal.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, as a team, collectively, I don't
return for a touchdown.
It's a phase of the game. Like,
no,
it's not.
I know. I get it.
You can't
just I get it.
Direct everything offensively and defensively. Like, you got to be sound in all 3 phases. And there was a point where they were up. They were up 17-0 to start the game, and I'm like, okay, it's going to be. They're gonna take them out to the woodshed, and then all of a sudden, is the game's tied, or what the hell is going on? It's 27. It was a weird dynamic for that game for me and how it played out. They did finish well, but I don't know. I mean, you lost to you didn't mention the Broncos loss, which was
no.
How the hell did that happen? The Broncos stink.
Well, your Ravens have a couple of losses too there, CD.
Well, the Ravens got a...
so why don't you just...
Raiders.
Not my Ravens.
Tap the brakes,
They're not my Ravens.
Well, every show you come on and you talk about... You just said earlier today the Ravens are the best team in the league. Apparently you forgot the Kansas City Chiefs exist.
No, I didn't forget. The Chiefs don't look good to me. I don't care what the record says. 5-0 don't look good?
He doesn't like that.
The record is 5-0.
4-2.
They have no blemishes. They've been winning. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look great. They almost lost to the Saints last week. Like, they could have lost
to the Ravens lose the first game of the year, too?
The Chiefs.
A second game?
Raiders.
How many games have they lost since?
Well, how many have the Chiefs lost overall, period?
Damn. Give it time. They'll lose to the Broncos.
When he defends the Ravens, that's when you know the love is strong, right? Big time.
The Steelers.
All right.
And when the Steelers playing.
Do you think Baker Mayfield gets any votes for MVP this year?
No.
Not one.
Okay. Next.
But I do think they're legit.
Yeah, I do too. I don't care what Carey says. Arizona Cardinals. They are what I thought they were. Bottom line. Like, Kyler Murray's very talented, but I just don't think he'll ever be elite. Like, he's never going to be a guy that drags his team to first place, drags them to a playoff victory or something. Like, he's just not. You watch him, and when the options close out for him, because I watch him now. I don't want to just be that guy that's a spite, right? So I actually want to watch and evaluate, being truthful. When the plays are there for him, he can make them. As soon as things start to crumble, at that point, it is like you can almost hear beep, 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 like the alarm's going. Like, he has no idea what to do at that point, so he just runs. And he runs everywhere like a water bug. Like, you just can't, like, where's he going? His own teammates can't even block effectively for him.
Yeah.
So I just think that talented guy, I just don't see that team being able to do anything, even with, like, him at quarterback.
They're going to be a fun fringe wild card team. Like, they're going to have weeks where you're like, oh, that's kind of exciting. Like when they rallied back to beat the 49ers and Murray's got highlight reels. Then there's going to be games like Sunday where you're like, oh, that's right. You guys can't play.
Yeah.
How long is Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I don't know if he's got a concussion now.
As long as Kyler Murray's a quarterback.
Oh, come on.
That's not, you just said I don't want to be that guy out of spite.
I just had to. I'm sorry.
You didn't have to.
I didn't have to.
You wanted to.
I wanted to. You're right. Totally did. All right, my last one was on the Cowboys. I mean, I don't even know where to start with this one. My God, they are the gift that gives back. But like the head coach, at this point, Jerry Jones, I'm not firing the coach. That's not even a thought right now. Really? It isn't, Jerry? Because if that's not a thought, you're not having a clear thought at all. So Mike McCarthy, is he gone like Dak Prescott? What the hell happened here? Him, CD Lamb. I know CD Lamb can only do what he can when Prescott gets him the ball, but those two are like every game now they're showing highlights of CD Lamb like kind of mouthing Prescott. Like, I understand you're great, CD Lamb, but at one point I want Dak Prescott to get up and punch him right in the face.
Here, CD. Here. You take the ball. You try.
Just whatever. Just stop yapping me, dude. Like, especially for, like, all the cameras around.
No running game.
Yes.
And everybody's keyed on you.
100%.
What would you like me to do? And you got him and Jake Ferguson, CD Lamb and Jake Ferguson. I know Turpin and Tolbert, like, those are, but Brandon Cooks being out, like they did, the Cowboys didn't do anything to get better this offseason. They said we're going to run it back, and now they're dealing with injuries, and they're not good. They can't run the football. Their offseason acquisition was Ezekiel Elliott, who was the second running back, second or third running back on the team. Like that was really the only addition that they made.
Don't forget about Dalvin Cook.
Is he on the team?
So my biggest question, though,
he is. I haven't seen him.
My biggest question about the Cowboys is where the hell did the defense go? Like what happened? Like Dan Quinn, he left. I get it, but I know they're hurt. Some of them, but Marshy, it's terrible.
Oh no,
terrible. I know
they're bad.
Micah Parsons is a special player, absolutely, no doubt about it. But come on, man.
Well, Trayvon Diggs, to your point, Jamie, Trayvon Diggs missed a lot of time last year, and they weren't this bad.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I'm with you.
The Cowboys are crap. I don't even know. They're probably going to be battling it out with the Giants for last place in the NFC East.
Hey, that Giants team's scrappy.
They are. Malik Neighbors isn't even out there yet. He's been hurt last couple of weeks.
That's why Neighbors Dave has dropped 3 in a row.
Oh, no. Have you?
I have, yeah, because my main guy is out.
Bury the Bodies laid a beating this week.
Yeah, big time.
Who do we beat?
Brooke.
Oh, well. Sorry, Brooke.
Yeah. Shouldn't have been standing there, Brooke.
That's right.
Marshy's not out yet. We got one more game left.
I'm winning by 1 point. He has 2 players left.
Oh, you guys are playing each other?
Yeah.
Josh Allen is one of them.
Yeah, and Garrett Wilson.
Oh, now he likes him. Now he likes him.
Hey, I was on auto draft, if you all remember.
Oh, yeah, you would have never taken Josh Allen.
Pick him.
Hey, we've got...
You don't have to start him.
Hey,
I do now.
We got a guy for you.
Who you got?
We do.
Call us about Bury the Bodies, man.
Who you got?
Oh, we got 2 guys.
I'll take a look and see.
All right.
Hey, if you got 2 guys, you have
none.
No. We've got
Josh
2
Allen.
legit
Let me
options.
take a look and see what you got.
Yeah, whatever you need, man.
This doesn't sound promising at all.
Bury the Bodies had all 3 of their first picks out this week.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's not.
Still one.
I think the Cowboys are like the poster child of when Carey's like, this is why running backs matter. Like, they're the poster child to that conversation.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
You need a running back to, like, even have a chance.
See what we have on the bench. You'll love him.
Derek Carr.
Yep.
I'm okay. He's not playing again.
We got to go get Joe Flacco.
You probably do.
We'll call his agent in the break. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Run the ball, Marshy. You win games. Ask the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, why don't you pick some? Okay, instead of so running backs matter. I agree. Instead of like going with the retreads, why don't you get somebody off somebody's practice squad? The 49ers would do it. Hell, the Buccaneers. Who the hell is
Bucky Irving?
No, not Bucky Irving.
They had another guy.
The other guy.
Oh, number 44.
The guy that went nuts.
What's his name?
Hold on, I got notes here. Hold on.
We don't even know.
Who the hell is Sean Tucker?
That's him. Yep.
That's why I have my notes on that game. Who the hell is Sean Tucker and Bub Means?
He's the interim coach for the Chargers.
What was his name?
What was that guy? What was that guy's name again?
Gift Smith.
Gift Smith.
Never heard of him. That's not a real person.
He's not even a real coach. He's like, he worked in the building, and they just say, "Yeah, you're the coach now."
Okay. Sean Tucker.
Sean Tucker.
Sounds like an AHL defenseman.
I watched Bucky Irving at Oregon, right? Like I know Bucky Irving.
Yep.
Sean Tucker. Sounds like a country music star.
Went off.
Go to see that Sean Tucker concert tonight.
Yeah,
He's 44 at the Bucks.
Better than a sporting event.
He was incredible. Yeah, that's right, Marshy. Good callback. All right, which college football teams can you trust down the stretch? Long pause. That's next on 101 ESPN.
All right, you want to go check out that Monday Night Football? You can head over to Twin Peaks. They will have all the action there. They got TVs all over the place, whether it's the baseball games that are going on, the football games, the Blues hockey games. They're always dialed in over at Twin Peaks. And, of course, they've got an amazing menu. The food is unbelievable. And I told you guys, was there just a couple weeks ago, had the quesadilla tacos featuring their in-house smoked brisket served with birria broth for dipping. I don't know if you guys have ever had that, but it's got that brisket with the cheese and all that, and then you dip it in the birria broth. It is incredible. You wash all that down with a 29-degree man-sized draft. And let's not forget that tonight, not only can you get Monday Night Football, it's National Dessert Day. That's right. You get the ultimate meal with something. You finish the ultimate meal with something sweet, like maybe a crispy apple turnover. You've got cheesecake or Twin Peaks sundae. Everything available at the Lodge. It's going to be an awesome night for all of that. So please stop by, check things out. You will love the food. You'll love the 29-degree beer, and you'll love the service as well. That's my friends over at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
college football teams can you trust down the stretch? It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, where it's 5:07. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. When Marsh pitched this idea, I looked at him and I said, none. I don't trust any of these teams. And that's what's kind of fun about college football. Actually, I take that back. I kind of trust Texas. I trust Texas. Great defense. Quinn Ewers did not play well offensively for about a quarter or so against Oklahoma. Then they got it figured out. So I guess Texas is it until they lose.
How did you feel about Oregon?
I felt good about Oregon against Ohio State, knowing that Ryan Day can't win the big game, which is what I told you on Friday, and you vehemently disagreed. And then I watched on Saturday night, and I didn't text you, Carey. I could have, but I didn't text you. I could have said, hey, how about them Ducks? Now, did I have the text ready to go? Yeah. Did I have maybe a GIF or two ready to go as well?
GIF Smith.
I had GIF Smith looking at some Oregon Ducks GIFs, but I didn't because I care about you and I didn't want to hurt your feelings on a Saturday night.
Here's the thing.
But Oregon against damn near everybody else, I don't know.
I think Ohio State's still a really good team. They just didn't. You lose by 1 point in Oregon.
Yeah, it's
on the road. That's a really good game.
They're not going to win at all. But
I can see them in Ohio State will be right there for the national championship.
Depending on their first round matchup, I can see them getting bounced.
Okay. We'll see. Texas is the team I do trust the most. I think that's without question. I think they have proven they have gone through some trials and tribulations. Their quarterback missed a few games. Arch Manning stepped in and was able to do what he needed to do to keep them on the right path. And then Quinn Ewers back. Didn't look good in the first quarter, but like you said, they down 3-0 and then roll off 30-plus points to finish that game in a rivalry game, which I think matters a lot as well. So I would say that's it. We talked about Clemson.
Nah.
You talked about them.
They're flying under the radar.
They are flying under the radar, but LSU, I don't know that you trust them, even though they had a big win against Ole Miss this weekend. Alabama, they had lost to an unranked Vanderbilt and then almost lost last weekend. Miami, I think that's another team flying under the radar. Took a couple of games to the final seconds of the game to win. They should have two losses against Virginia Tech and Cal. I don't know how they're still undefeated, but. Yeah, other than that, I don't know. I trusted Tennessee, then they proved me wrong. I have no clue. Like, I'm looking at this top 25. I don't know who you trust the most, other than Texas.
Yeah, this goes back to our conversation about the parity right now. The fact that we can't sit here and be, like, super definitive about which teams we trust. Like, Texas is probably the one team, like, we trust Texas. Oregon, I'm still like, I don't know. I feel like they could kind of implode. Penn State, I feel like Penn State's somewhat fraudulent right now at this.
I could agree more.
Right? Like, I'm like, what?
Yes.
But they're third in the country right now, so I don't trust them.
Do you ever trust Penn State? Because I never trust Penn State.
It's always something. It's usually the quarterback.
It's usually the quarterback.
Something is not right at the quarterback position. And like when I don't know who they have left on their schedule. I'm looking right now. They got Wisconsin this week.
Ohio State.
They got Ohio State in a couple of weeks. That's probably the game where you see when they say, "Will the real Penn State stand up?" That's when you'll see the real Penn State at Ohio State. At home versus Ohio State.
Sorry. I just saw something and my brain started firing. So, you guys, the Gridiron guys, I'm going to ask you guys a question. How is Penn State ranked third? And hear me out.
Yeah.
They've played West Virginia, Bowling Green, Kent State,
strong MAC teams.
Okay, that's a big win for them there. UCLA, USC. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-ranked teams.
Yeah.
One team that's been ranked at 19th.
Well, they are probably the beneficiary of all of the teams in front of them losing over the past few weeks.
Yeah, but Carey, they haven't beaten anybody.
Yeah, but when some of those other teams lose, naturally you gain 2 or 3 spots. You gain 3 or 4 spots.
But they haven't played anybody.
They haven't. They went on the road to USC.
That's their biggest win so far this year.
I know what you're saying, Carey.
I know what he's saying, too.
You're absolutely right, but you're absolutely right, Jamie. Like, Penn State, to me, I don't think they're better than Ohio State.
They're fraudulent. You will see
absolutely.
it. You will see it against
Yes.
Ohio State. You might see it against Wisconsin, depending on how that game plays out. But you will definitely see it versus Ohio State.
Yeah.
Their quarterback won't be able
Ohio
to.
State's going to blow the doors off of them.
Probably.
I like Texas, Ohio State. Hell, I like Clemson better than Penn State. I like Army better than Penn State.
Even with the loss, you like Ohio State as much as you like Oregon. I'm willing to put because you still don't trust Dylan Gabriel.
No.
You trust Will Howard more at Ohio State than you do Dylan Gabriel. I think,
probably.
If that game is played at Ohio State, that game is probably different.
Yeah, Oregon probably wins by 3.
Oh, come on.
You think I'm going to give you that? I was right, Carey. And I'm never right. No, I like Texas, Ohio State, Clemson, Tennessee, Georgia better than. I still like Alabama better than Penn State. Hell, I might like Indiana better than Penn State. When do they play Indiana?
They don't play it.
They don't play them.
Damn it. Slow down. Come on.
I'll take Army.
Did you mention the Clones?
The Cyclones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine-ish.
You don't believe it's. I mean,
the Cyclones have a top 20 offense and defense.
They are, and they are under the radar as well.
Yes. Which for a Cyclone, that's hard to do. To be under the radar as a Cyclone.
It actually defies what
usually right on the radar.
Yeah.
You can see that.
Well done. Well done, Jamie. All right, we got my NFL Week 6 NFL notes, including, boys, we're starting to see some separation of church and state in the NFL. That's next on 101 ESPN.
All right, I just came back from lovely Las Vegas, and of course, I stopped by Circa Sports over there to see my buddy Derek Stevens, the owner of Circa Sports and the world's biggest sports book. It's unbelievable what they have going on there at Circa Sports. I mean, every game, every TV has something going on. They've got the odds that are rolling full time. Well, how about this? Now, we're bringing the world's biggest sports book to your fingertips. That's right, the Circa Sports Illinois app. It's awesome. You get all the same odds and all the same games that they're providing in Las Vegas. And it's like old school Vegas betting. They cater to those familiar with betting, which is why their lines are as aggressive as they are. There's no promos either. No free this, free that. No. The promo is the price and the payout already right there. And with the money line splits, they offer the tightest money line splits for that matter. And there's no betting limits. So you're going to absolutely love the Circa Sports Illinois app. It's user-friendly, simple. Everything is great about it. But if you do have a problem, the customer service, don't worry about that. They get a real person, not a machine or anything like that. You get a real person that's going to help you through that. And again, I said it's user-friendly and it's sports betting the way it should be. Don't miss out on the action. Download and bet like a pro with your Circa Sports Illinois app today and join in on the excitement. Visit their website or find them in the App Store. Again, remember, if you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Went through Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers' notes. My Week 6 notes start off with, well, boys, we're starting to see some separation between teams. We talked about the Cowboys getting their break speed off them by the Lions. When you go in that matchup, I feel like everybody kind of thought that the Lions are clearly the better team.
When you got done with that game?
No.
Going into
in.
It. Oh, yeah.
And what you saw was, all right, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
When you watch some of these other games, Packers and Cardinals, there's clearly a difference. We can talk in September about how the Cardinals are kind of a fun team and look at these guys and wow, Kyler Murray's running around and he's making plays and maybe they could be a true wild card contender. And then they go into Green Bay and they get their asses handed to them by a real team. I think we're starting to see that around the NFL a lot more. Now, I will give the Commanders some credit. They hung with Baltimore. That was a game. That was a game throughout. I don't think Washington defensively is good enough. In fact, I know they're not. But offensively, they can do enough damage to keep that team in the NFC East race. And I'm not talking about a wild card. I'm talking about for the division.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the Eagles are a powerhouse. I don't think they're well coached. And the Cowboys, we just got done talking about. So I think we're starting to see after, and this happens every year, but kind of a wild September, an unpredictable September where you got upsets each and every week. We're starting to see the true separation now between some of these teams.
Yeah, some of the teams are, the Seahawks being another team that you thought first couple of games, this team is maybe not as good as we thought they were. The Jaguars clearly are showing you who they are.
Yep.
Every week.
The team that will be looking for a new head coach after next week.
The Browns are showing you who they are every single week. And yeah, I mean, you're starting to see these teams. You are starting to see the better team, the cream, starting to rise to the top. So,
yes.
But again, that's generally what's happening now with the lack of preseason and teams playing their starters, nearly not playing them at all, really. So your first real action is game one. It's going to take you 2, 3, 4 weeks to knock the rust off to really show the best version of yourselves, and I think we're starting to see that from a lot of teams now.
I agree. All right, offenses are officially out of preseason mode. I mean, yesterday you had the Bucks scoring 50 points. By the way, the Dodgers are trying to climb back now in this game. They were down 6-0. It's now 6-3 after Tommy Edman had a 2 RBI single. But the Dodgers just grounded into a double play to potentially end the 6th, and it looks like the Dodgers might challenge this now after a bobble by Vantos at third base. So we'll keep tabs on that one. But the preseason, guys, it's officially over. You had the Bucks scoring 50. You had the Lions could have easily scored 50, but they hung 47 on the board. The 49ers scored 36. The Bears scored 35. The Packers scored 34. The Texans scored 41. The Ravens scored 30. Your Steelers scored 32. The Falcons scored 38. Like, we were all worried, or there was some concern about the offenses in the first couple of weeks, to the point where Mel Kiper said they should eliminate an actual coverage that has been around forever in defense, which is the dumbest take.
Eliminate the two high safeties.
He wanted to eliminate the 2 high safety look. Do you remember that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yes.
Maybe he wasn't here the day we talked about it.
He had to be. I thought we talked about it. Remember we talked about you have to run him out of that. He wanted to eliminate the 2 high safeties because he thought basically that it was impossible to throw.
Clogging up the game.
Like, come on.
That's on an offensive coordinator. Run the damn ball. There's 7 people in the box. Figure it out. I guarantee if you run the ball to the tune, the way the Baltimore Ravens, I'm sure they don't see a lot of
somebody up there.
I'm sure they don't have a lot of 2 high safety looks.
Anyways, offenses are back in the NFL. And then I kind of mentioned this a couple of times. Even with the loss, the Commanders, they're going to hang in the NFC East race. Like, I think that it's a combination of it's not just the Commanders are good. I know they lost yesterday in Baltimore, but offensively, I like what they're doing. The play design is fun. They didn't even run the ball well yesterday, and Jaden Daniels played very well. The defense isn't good, but the Cowboys are a mess. The Giants don't have the talent, and the Eagles are not well coached.
Do we not give Dan Quinn enough credit? I mean, he took a team to the Super Bowl. in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You're looking at the Dallas
He's
Cowboys defense now that he's no longer there.
Yeah.
And they stink. And he's coaching a team in Washington that is playing really well.
Uh-huh.
You just think he's
just bitter.
He was a coordinator for the Seahawks that won the Super Bowl. Like you're not a.
Don't ask him.
Are you bitter with all Atlanta coaches?
Yes.
No, I
Atlanta
said
Falcons coaches.
I said he's fine.
No,
Who's
it's the way you said it.
It was. You heard it too, didn't you? He's fine.
I knew right away. So he said, he's fine.
He's fast lane fine.
Yeah, he's totally doing that.
Why did you do that for Dan Quinn? I think he's doing a fantastic job.
Outside of the 2 years in Dallas, has he ever had a top 20 defense? No. But no, yeah, he's doing great. Oh, I'm sorry, without the Legion of Boom. Without the Legion of Boom for the year in Seattle. And the Dallas talent that he had. He's done real good.
Why is he so
Who hurt you?
Dan Quinn. Did you not see the Super Bowl?
Arthur Smith, Dan Quinn.
Did you not see the Super Bowl? Huh? I love Kyle Shanahan. Should have fired Dan Quinn, kept Shanahan.
Shanahan didn't run the offense in the second half. They tried. They went into a prevent offense.
Hold on. No, they didn't.
Yeah,
They started.
No, they didn't.
They took the foot off the gas.
Devonta Freeman missed a block that led to Matt Ryan fumbling. You had a hold after Julio Jones made a sensational catch. And because the Patriots sold their soul to the football devil, you had a ball just elevate long enough for Julian Edelman to catch it. Like, that's what happened. That's what happened. Now, why are you guys doing this to me?
Are we still talking about the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because I got to bring it up every day.
I didn't bring it up
ridiculous.
I said Dan Quinn because you spoke about the Commanders, and then I said, well, let's talk about it. The Dallas Cowboys defensively
How many fourth quarter leads has that man blown throughout his career? No, yeah, he's doing a good job.
I'm sorry.
He's blown one.
45.
One notable one. That's all that matters.
Dallas erased like a 27-point lead with 2 minutes left on Dan Quinn's defense.
Why do we keep reminding him that his favorite team blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl?
I didn't say
We don't have to. He brings it up.
Did you see Zay Flowers? And Mark Andrews has been like a one-legged pirate for the first 3 weeks. Yesterday, he looked like he was 27 again.
What's wrong with one-legged pirates?
Yeah, those guys are
They're
pretty.
fine. They just can't play football.
I can play baseball. I saw it in a movie. Documentary, actually, with Peter Pan.
Oh, that's right.
This kid was playing baseball on a pirate ship. Actually,
it was a dream. He was dreaming. Yeah, he was dreaming that.
I saw one guy get well, he didn't really get thrown out stealing second. He got shot, but
Now that's a game that you're playing for keeps there.
Yeah, that's serious stuff here.
Oh, man.
All right, that was fun. Biggest question of the day is next on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. We got our guy Stewie on the line right now. And Stewie, I know you got a call from a 101 ESPN listener looking to buy a home for his parents. What was the story there?
Anthony, whenever you're buying a home that you're not the primary person that's on the loan, or the person living there is not on the loan, the rumor is out there that it's considered investment property. You have to put 20% down. You can't get the bagel loan, and interest rates are much higher. So people were talking around, how do I do this? I don't have the money to put down. We had an ESPN listener called 5 lenders, and every lender said that's investment property. We don't care that you're buying it for your parents. They're not on the loan. They're not on the title. It's considered investment property. You got to pay all those fees. They came to us, and we did it owner-occupied, because what we know that they don't know is if you buy a home for elderly parents, whether or not they're on the title, or you buy it for a handicapped child, it's considered owner-occupied. So you can put 5% down. You can handle the loan in your name. They don't have to be on the title. They don't have to be on the loan. And, bam, you got the bagel loan, the best rate, and awesome that people got in their house. And that's what we did for this ESPN listener. They bought a house for their parents, 5% down, got the best deal around.
And that's exactly what Stewie does all the time, is he finds the solutions to the problems. And I'm working personally alongside Stewie here, getting ready to close on a house here real soon. But there was a couple of obstacles. Stewie found a way to get through that. And this is what our listeners need to realize, is that when you call Stewie on his personal cell phone number, you're going to get his best all the time. That cell phone number, too, by the way, is 314-324-4440.
Again, that's that phone number, his cell phone number, 314-324-4440.
Call him, text him, day, night, weekend, doesn't matter. If you can't remember that number, Anthony?
Oh, let me see. You can always Google the bagel loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Cool, guys.
NMLS number 226715. I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Your St. Louis Blues are back in action tomorrow night on home ice. They'll take on the Minnesota Wild. You can listen to all the coverage right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5:30. Puck drop is at 6:30. The Blues took 2 of 3 on their West Coast road trip, and we discussed your St. Louis Blues earlier today. If you missed any of those conversations, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free 101 mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of those full shows there, and it's all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we have Monday Night Football. It's the Jets and the Bills. Pregame starts at 6:30. We have our biggest question of the day coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day.
Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Time for the biggest question of the day with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Andrew Marsh, go.
All right, Anthony, you just gave an update on Game 2 of the NLCS between the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Mets are currently leading Game 2, 6-3, heading into the bottom of the 7th inning. The Dodgers lead that series 1-0. And, of course, tonight we have the New York Yankees going up against the Cleveland Guardians. I'm sure we'll see a Juan Soto and or an Aaron Judge 1.5 hits, runs RBIs from Carey Davis. We got to wait another. No, we got to wait a segment.
10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes, we'll probably get one of those. But the question I have for you, gentlemen, is will this year's World Series revitalize baseball? And a second part to that question is, does the American League have to be represented by the Yankees for that to happen?
Well, I was going to say, if the Yankees are in it, then yes. If it's Cleveland and somebody, Cleveland and Dodgers, maybe it's okay. But if it's Cleveland and Mets, you won't revitalize anything. Now, I did see that MLB TV ratings are up 18%
What's your
this
problem
year.
with the Mets?
It's not the Mets I have a problem with.
It's Cleveland?
Yep.
Yeah. It needs to be, quite honestly, the best case scenario would be Yankees Mets.
Get a Subway Series.
Yeah. I mean, all eyes would be on baseball.
Yeah.
Yankees Dodgers.
Oh, stop.
I'm here trying to bring baseball back, and Jamie is just fighting me every tooth and nail. Every time I say "Go Dodgers," he's upset with me.
I am too.
I don't know why.
Disgusted.
Go Dodgers.
I'm disgusted.
It's terrible.
The Dodgers versus the
The
Yankees.
team just spends the most. They just let that win.
I
Don't worry
want
about
the
anything
team.
else.
I want the teams that the casual fan will know. Aaron Judge, people know him. Shohei Ohtani, a lot of people know him too. Do they know Pete Alonso?
Yes.
Probably not.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Francisco Lindor? These are household names.
Brandon Nimmo? For people that play,
Mark
for people that
Vientos?
watch baseball, sure.
Pete Alonso.
People that don't, not so
He's a
much.
big, strong guy. The whole world knows about him.
No, they don't. Sorry.
I'm telling you.
Come on, everyone knows Phil Maton.
Nah.
What are you talking about?
That's a good
Sean
point.
Manaea?
Nope. Never heard of him.
Jose
Casual
Quintana.
fans? Nah.
Come on.
Cardinal fans know him.
Severino.
Everyone knows Timmy Trumpets.
Francisco Alvarez.
Nope. People don't know. Shohei? Heard of him. Mookie Betts. Some people probably heard of him too.
No.
Yeah. More than Pete Alonso.
Oh, gosh.
Way
Next thing you're going to tell us that Willie Stargell wasn't a pitcher. How could you?
He was a Hall of Famer. He's not a pitcher.
Half a point.
I got half of it right. I listened to half of the question. Next time.
That's all right. What was the Patriots one that I screwed up?
I don't know.
How many straight playoff appearances?
Yeah.
Chiefs. No, Anthony.
No. I mean, what, 18 years? Stupid like that.
Yeah, listen to the whole question.
That was
Brain turns off when you hear.
running consecutive playoffs.
I had one here recently, too, where I fired off so fast, and then, then I was like,
It was a hockey one.
yeah, it was a hockey one. I fired,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, oh,
It
no.
was defenseman.
It was Moritz Seider.
But
Yeah.
I was like, Cale Makar. That's his teamate, Cale Makar. Idiot.
Long pause.
Yep.
Yeah, listen to the questions.
Yep.
A Subway Series would be fine.
Yeah.
We've seen
Subway
that.
Series or the Yankees Dodgers.
Yeah.
Probably more so.
But Marsh,
Yeah, that means Cleveland will sweep.
Yes, you're right. To your point, though, or to your question, if it's Yankees and Dodgers, you've got both coasts covered. You got history there. If it's a Subway Series, obviously you've got the two New York teams. You got a rematch of the 2000. Was it one? Or 2000?
2000 yeah.
series. So, yeah, I think it's good. Now, if it's like I said, if it's Cleveland, you got some issues.
Although I will say, Cleveland, and maybe it was because the Cubs were in the World Series.
Yeah.
But, that was a good World Series. Very entertaining.
It was
World
a great
Series.
World Series, but I think you hit it. It was the history of
the
those two
Cubs.
teams. One of those two teams were going to break a long World Series drought, and the Cubs obviously being the story that they were.
When was the last time the Mets won the World Series? Was that
86?
86?
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Doc Gooden and the
Been a
boys.
while.
The ball went right through the wickets.
Dang, folks.
Yes, that was the Bill Buckner series.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Bill Five-Hole.
Oh.
Five-Hole Bill. That's what they called him.
Five-hole Bill.
I think they did. Why do they call you that, Bill?
No reason.
Don't ask.
Oh.
Just had a routine ground ball that my old ass was too old to bend down and get it. He had the bad knees. Remember how bad his knees were?
Yeah.
They couldn't bend on that play. All he did is he'd lay on the ground. He would have stopped the ball and pick it up and go touch first. It's terrible.
Hey, the body's dead. It's cold.
No, it's not. He's still alive. I think.
I don't think he is.
No, he is.
Bill Buckner.
No, he died.
Yeah,
He
Bill
died in
Buckner's dead.
2019.
Yeah.
Wait,
Bill Buckner's-
what?
Yes,
What
Bill
happened
Buckner's
there?
dead.
We have an issue with that.
It's hard to keep up now.
What happened with Bill Buckner? I want to find out what happened.
Yeah, he passed away.
Someone throw a baseball at him? Probably missed him.
Oh, Jamie, you've gone too far now.
I'm sorry. My bad.
You've gone way too far. You're like me with the Saints quarterback.
Okay, that was way too far. That was way too far.
Wait, what'd you say?
Oh, you don't want to know,
Don't worry
Marshy.
about it.
You don't want to know.
Spencer Rattler?
No, the one that came
other one.
in.
Derek?
No, not Derek.
Carr?
Were you watching the Chiefs Saints game at the end?
Oh, wait, yeah, what is that guy's name?
Exactly.
Nobody knows.
Anthony said it's like they got a Make-A-Wish kid and put him in the game.
Hey, when was this? Was this when I was gone?
Thursday or
Set it
Friday?
off air. They're just bringing it on here now.
No, you did not.
He did not.
I even backed away from my computer. I was like, ooh.
I knew I had gone too far when Jamie goes, "Oh, Anthony, that's too much."
That
Carey-
guy looked like a punter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Like, why did they just not play Spencer Rattler?
Oh, my
Who
goodness.
looked okay yesterday, by the way. He was fine. He made
Jake
some
Hayner.
throws.
Yeah, old Hayner the painter.
I don't think they call him that.
What are you talking about?
You don't know for sure.
He'll be painting in a couple of weeks.
Listen.
This is a
still-
job.
Paycheck's still coming in.
Who needs to win the World Series?
Yeah, Yankees.
Yankees
Mets.
need to win?
Yeah.
Steve Cohen.
Dodgers.
He said he'd bring a World Series within 5 years.
That's when he had all those pictures, though.
Yeah, and then he got rid of everybody.
Got rid of everybody. Signed the right pitchers. Yeah, I say Yankees, and it's got to be the Yankees, and it's got to be anybody with Cleveland. And baseball will be just fine.
Why do you guys hate Cleveland so much?
Carey, you hate
why. You hate
Cleveland more than
Cleveland more than
anybody.
anybody. Yeah, the mistake by the lake.
I feel like that city needs like a win.
They
You know?
don't. No, they had LeBron.
They had
that's
LeBron.
right.
They got to win.
They got Ohio State too. They come close.
Anthony, they lost this week.
They came close. They do. They come close. A lot. I got to win anything. All right. You done, Jamie?
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. It's all your fault.
We have Bet the Board. We have 3 stars of the day. And we have some criticism, some compliments coming our way. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet, where the transports just keep coming. Right now, they are seeing new vehicle inventory grow every single day, and their pre-owned lineup in Florissant is second to none. Why buy your next new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Johnny Londoff? Because for over 80 years, they have been providing the best pricing and award-winning service in the St. Louis area. Look, buying a vehicle should be more than just a price tag. At Johnny Londoff Chevrolet, they make buying a vehicle fun. You get the best price and with the best experience possible. And the Johnny Londoff Chevrolet finance team can find you financing even if you have less than perfect credit. Whether you visit the dealership in person or visit them online, Chevrolet, Johnny Londoff Chevrolet, they treat you like family. And remember, St. Louis, nobody will give you more for your trade. That's not trade assistance or value-added pricing. It's more cash for your vehicle, period, even if you don't purchase from Londoff Chevrolet. So please stop by either location, the original in Florissant, Missouri, or the brand new Londoff Autoplex out there in St. Peters. Great inventory, great staff, both locations. For more information, or if you just want to check out what they have in stock, visit them online at londoff.com or londoffautoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast, available at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 ESPN mobile app. It's all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Jamie had to take off, had a little business to attend to, but we do have Bet the Board. Marsh, were you able to compile the standings? I know our guy Bradford Bruns, who did an excellent job pinch hitting for you last week, he didn't have all the stats.
So I have everything ready to go. Anthony, you have 5 points. You are leading the charge. Jamie and Carey are tied at 4, and I have 2.
Okay. Rough start to the month. I think it dropped 4 straight. I have won 5 straight. I'm going to go with the under in the Bills-Jets game, but I'm going to go with the first half under, which is 20.5.
Oh.
Under 20.5.
I don't think that's bad at all.
I think both offenses are going to struggle.
I think James Cook is out.
You were going to say both offenses stink.
Right now, they both do.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Josh Allen, and that's it. And then it's Breece Hall, who they don't use, and that's it. So I like both defenses.
James Cook is out.
See ya.
Due to a toe injury, sources tell Adam Schefter.
So a combination of Ty Johnson and the other guy.
Ray Davis.
Yeah.
Give me, excuse me. Yeah, clear my throat. I get choked up a little bit.
Sure.
Juan Soto. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Yep. Good job, Anthony. Minus 115.
Who saw that coming?
He bats in front of a guy. The guy that bats after him. Pretty good hitter. So if he gets on with a hit, he usually gets home. That's my 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's over 1.5.
I like that.
So I've been putting that together lately.
1 AB. You're good.
1 AB. Done and done. First inning.
A home run.
You got like 45 of them, 48 of them. Not like it's not impossible. See what it did?
So the odds are only minus 110 on
Don't you worry about that, sir. Minus 115.
Oh.
For a hit, run, and RBI.
Okay.
Or hit, 1, run, RBIs.
Hey, Carey, I totally believe you.
Yes, you check it out.
Would you like me to say what Jamie's pick is
please.
while you check?
No, I'm not checking.
Stat. Eric Carlson.
MLB.
Over 2.5 shots on goal.
Eric
Jamie.
Carlson.
Eric Carlson.
All right, and what is yours?
Going back to the W, Marshall?
No, I'm not.
Marshy?
Even though I think tonight's the final game of the campaign. Am I wrong?
Do they play
It's
tonight?
1-1,
Is it? How many games do they play?
5 in the
Oh, do they? I thought they went
I think they
3.
go 5.
They go 5.
Yeah, they go 5.
I don't pay attention enough. I don't pay attention enough. I'm being honest.
It's even. It's 1-1 anyways.
Yeah,
oh, you thought it was 3.
I thought it was a 3-game
Got it.
series.
My bad.
Anyways, I feel like I'm a man of the people, and we had a listener today who
Juan
needs...
Soto is minus 360. Player to record 1+ hits, runs, RBIs.
I'm looking. You can come look at it yourself, sir.
We're going to have to change this, Marsh.
We might have changed the entire
He won last month because of it.
You want to come look for yourself?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, come on over.
I'll see this after the show here.
No, we need to do it now.
We should do it now. We should do it now.
You come take a look-see.
What bootlegging site are you using?
It's not a bootleg
What do we got
site.
here?
What does that say?
I don't even know what sports book that is.
Hey,
BetMGM?
do you know what it is now?
Yeah, I do.
Hold on. Do you want to see some more? Well, come back.
I believe you, Carey.
I wouldn't lie to you, man. Huh? Just because you don't like it, don't make it wrong. What you said, 160?
Something's not right. 360. Player to record 1+ hits, runs, RBIs, which is essentially 1.5.
Oh,
Right?
I don't know.
No, 1. It would be 2. It would need to be 2+.
Oh, crap.
There it is.
It need to be 2+. Yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
Oh, okay.
I'm embarrassed. You're right.
It got to be 2.
1.5.
1.5.
That's on me.
Thank you. So
I'm an
what does
idiot.
yours say now?
Minus
What it says?
140.
Okay. Wow.
I apologize to Carey Davis,
Hey, thought I was cheating.
the American people,
Yeah.
and
I don't cheat.
I feel bad. Actually, if I had feelings, I'd feel bad.
Yeah.
I just feel I regret my actions.
Would you like to apologize to Carey?
Again? Yes, I apologize
Thank you,
to
sir.
you, Carey
Yeah, no
Davis,
problem.
and to the American people.
Yeah. We appreciate it.
2. I saw 1. I got all hot and bothered. It's on me.
He was pissed off.
It happens.
So sorry, Carey.
You all were going to take back all my wins over the last month and a half.
Honestly, I would have dedicated tomorrow's show. I would have dedicated tomorrow's show to you having to give that back. You know what? How about this? This is how bad I feel and how embarrassed I feel. I'll take the shot tomorrow for our pick'em challenge.
Oh, you're going to do that
That's very
anyways,
kind
buddy.
of you.
Yeah. See, because you lost.
Well, Willie's in the snake pit. Goes, what about the snake pit, Anthony? You're a part of the American people.
Yeah, they want to.
Yeah.
I apologize to the snake
There you
pit.
go. Those are our people.
I'm a fool.
Well, Anthony, my pick tonight, we had a listener who is 1 pick away from winning money. And he was wondering, hey, should I cash out or should I stick with it? We said, well, I actually forgot what we decided on.
We said roll.
Stick with it. Roll.
Yeah,
roll with it, right? I've lost 4 in a row. I'm going to help this guy out by taking the Jets money line tonight.
Nice. Good job, Marsh.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
There we go.
Now, typically, the gambling gods, they don't like when people do that. So we'll see how this works out.
I'm trying to help this guy out.
Okay. All right.
You might have just screwed him on accident.
Which is tough to do.
Yeah, that'd be something, wouldn't it? All right, let's get to some criticisms and compliments from the 314. Very funny show today. Hubby and I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's go Blues.
All right, thank you. Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues.
From the 636, hey guys, thanks for making me laugh today despite having a bridge put in at the dentist office.
Oh, be careful. Don't let
Well, now you can cross over it and get to that dentist's office. So sometimes you got to let the people work.
No, that's a different kind
Wasn't
of
a bridge before. I'm sure he had to get over some water just to get to the dentist's office. Now he's got that bridge.
I think it's a different kind of bridge in the mouth.
Wow.
Why would you install a bridge in his mouth? Maybe it's the card game.
Different kind of bridge, too.
Huh.
Okay.
Maybe he's talking about a song.
Maybe.
Gary, you know a good bridge when you hear one.
Bridge over troubled waters.
All right, from the 314, love listening to you guys. You guys make my workday more fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's very kind of you to say.
It was.
We do have a complaint.
Uh-oh.
I figured we should probably throw one in there. Complaint from the 314. Did Anthony just say that Cleveland has Ohio State? No. They have the Cleveland State Vikings.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm
Booby.
sorry.
What's the point guard's name? Went there? Played for the Cavs. Or maybe I'm...
Boogie Miles?
No.
Booby Miles.
No, he's a football
He's a
player.
football player in Texas.
Yeah, the Permian.
Perryman. Something or other.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Permian Panthers. Maybe?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
Okay, 3 stars of the day. Our 3rd star of the day goes out to country music singer / running back Sean Tucker.
Sean Tucker steps out of the country music landscape.
Good for him.
Spotlight and into the New Orleans Superdome.
Yes.
And just has a day.
2nd star of the day goes out to a Fastlane Hall of Famer in Gift Smith.
Gift Smith. Yes, Gift Smith.
Yes.
Norris Cole. That's what his name was.
Oh, yeah. So not Booby Miles.
No, not Booby Miles.
No.
1st star of the day goes out to Hall of Fame pitcher Willie Stargell.
Hey!
Willie Stargell,
Yes.
Hall of Fame
Hall of
pitcher.
Famer.
You're wondering, hey, Willie's not a pitcher. He wasn't a pitcher. He's not. Carey heard Hall of Famer and went with it.
It happens.
Which happens. We've all had our moments. All right, that'll do it for us here in the Fast Lane. Don't forget, we got Jets and Bills. Pregame starting at 6:30. For Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. See ya.